When the New York Knicks last visited the Palace, new Pistons head coach Doug Collins had visions of taking aim and firing away at their opening night target. For ammunition, Detroit relied heavily on Grant Hill, who led the charge with 29 points. But this would be a night when Don Nelson immediately put his imprint on his new team. With Charles Oakley out, he started Hubert Davis, who responded with 21 points while playing the entire game. The offense ran through Anthony Mason, while Charlie Ward scored 15 points in 31 minutes following a rookie season in which he totaled only 44 minutes. In addition, Derek Harper hit for 20 points, and the Knicks enjoyed a season-opening victory. New York has since won 2 more contests with the Pistons and have never trailed in any of the 3 meetings. Tonight, Doug Collins and Patrick Ewing will exchange pleasantries for the final time this regular season. We welcome you to the Palace of Auburn Hills, the home of the Detroit Pistons, as we get ready for the 4th and final meeting of the season between the Knicks and the Pistons. Look at the Eastern Conference standings. It is Chicago leading the way, sizzling at 47-5. The Knicks 31 up, 19 down, and the number 4 spot. They have lost 3 of the last 4. Pistons 26-23. They've won their last 2. They're in the 7th spot in the hunt for a playoff berth. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with John Andres. First off, at this hour, let me report no additional Knick trades have been made. However, one of the Knicks' recent additions, Brad Lohaus, has been a very pleasant surprise, and Lohaus will be in the starting lineup tonight here against Detroit for the 4th straight game.
Well, it didn't take Brad long to show the Knicks fans and the coaching staff what he can do with the three-point shooting that he's known for. He had an excellent game last night. It would have been the big story had the Knicks won the game. The Knicks fell down by 16 points at one point in the game. Then Lohaus got hot, and he got red hot with the long-range jump shooting. Lohaus made these three-point shots look like jump shots from the foul line. Then he mixed it up a little bit at one point with a beautiful fake of a jump shot and a drive to the basket that was goaltended for 2 points for the Knicks and Brad Lohaus. As I said, Marv, had they won the game, he would have been a big story. 32 minutes last night, 16 points, excellent field goal percentage, and 4 three-point shots. And you threw in a couple of assists and steals, and he had a complete game for Don Nelson. He has been a terrific surprise.
And the Detroit Pistons, a greatly improved team. Now, they have won 4 of the last 5, and that is since they last met the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Included in that stretch a victory over Orlando and a very tough loss to the Bulls in overtime.
Well, their coach is a hard-driving guy. The excitement of Doug Collins is such that he spreads it to his team, and the results are very tangible. This team is vastly improved over last year. There are 33 games left in the season, and they're 2 wins away from what they did all last year in the win column. 7th-ranked team in the conference. Their points allowed are down 12 points, 12 big points, and they're outscoring their opponents on the average every night. So this is a vastly improved team, and a lot better, I think, as you point out, since February 5th when they met the Knicks.
And, John, of most significance, with balls flying by from the Knick warm-ups, our friend, the Detroit Piston ball boy, Will, showing his quickness, protecting us in very fine fashion. If one comes in his direction, though, you can kind of step aside. We'll be back with the Knicks and the Pistons from the Palace of Auburn Hills in just a moment.
Can't get any worse than this.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I stand corrected.
Make it a Bud Light.
They're never gonna get it open.
Be with you in a moment.
You know, I used to have a give and take relationship with my bank. I gave them my checking account. They took 50 cents every time I wrote a check. I gave them my money market. It took 75 cents every time I used an ATM. I gave them a call to get a balance. 16 rings. So I left. Went to Citibank. Free ATMs, free PC banking, free phone banking. Even in a town this expensive, there's still a bank that won't nickel and dime you.
The city never sleeps.
What do you want? What do you need? What are you gonna do? What are you waiting for?
As the official airline of the 1996 Olympic Games, Delta is setting the pace for business travelers with an event of its own, the Around the World Relay. It's a team event, coordinating thousands of flights a day to cities throughout the world. So you can go from one plane to another, one place to another, in record time. Delta Airlines.
Person needs to send resume to New York. Wants to make a big impression. Goes to post office. Finds out priority mail is a smart solution. Resume gets noticed. Person gets job. Now if you can only get a cab. Team needs new jerseys. Person has to deliver them overnight. Goes to post office. Finds express mail is a smart solution. Guarantees delivery. Jerseys arrive on time. Person avoids getting sacked.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you by Budweiser, official sponsor of the 1996 Olympic Summer Games. This Bud's for you. By American Express. By Nobody Beats the Wiz Home Entertainment Centers. By Delta Airlines, the official airline of Madison Square Garden. And by Citibank, for banking anytime, anywhere, any way you choose. At Citibank, the city never sleeps.
Well, the player introductions coming forth on the public address. And once again, Don Nelson with a surprise. Hubert Davis will be in the starting lineup instead of Brad Lohaus. Hubert in his third start of the season. But on opening night here at the Palace, he started with Charles Oakley sidelined by injury. Hit 7 of 10 for 21 points. 5 of 7 from downtown, plus 6 rebounds. So Don Nelson going with the 3-guard alignment for tonight, which includes Hubert Davis. Now the introduction of the hometown Detroit Pistons.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet and ready to greet your Detroit Pistons. Starting at one of the forwards, wearing number 33 from Duke, Grant Hill. The other forward, number 50 from Providence, Otis Thorpe. Ladies and gentlemen, your center, number 52 from Georgetown, Don Reed. And one of the guards, number 20 from Tennessee, Allen Houston. The captain, a guard, number 4 from McNeese State, Joe Dumars. Head coach is Doug Collins, his assistants, Alvin Gentry, Ryan James, John Hammond, and the trainer, Mike Abdenor.
Well, the Knicks have won the previous 3 games against the Pistons. All 3 games going down to the final minutes. And in most unusual fashion, the Knicks have not trailed at any time in any of the 3 games this season against Detroit. And earlier, John, talked with Knicks coach Don Nelson about this most bizarre pattern.
Well, that's because I've coached the entire game. I haven't been breaking my assistants in, and let him coach a quarter here and there where we get down.
Will that be the pattern tonight?
I don't know. I didn't know that stat, to be quite honest with you. I'm just, just kind of having fun with you. But, that's impossible to do for very long. So I'm happy that that's a fact. I hope we can keep that going. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, Don also knows that the Pistons are tougher and getting tougher with each passing game. And with Joe Dumars back in the starting lineup for this team, why they have some veteran leadership out there. Dumars had been wavering throughout much of this season, but they're leaning on him now once again.
Had the back problems earlier in the season. He has started the last 6 games. The Pistons have been disappointed with Lindsey Hunter, the third-year man from Jackson State, who had been in the starting lineup. So it is Dumars and Houston opening in the backcourt. The officials: Dick Bavetta, Ken Mauer, Ted Bernhardt, and the Knicks controlling the opening tip. So Harper, Starks, and Davis in the starting lineup with Mason and Ewing. And Dumars with the rebound. The Pistons have won 2 in a row, 4 of the last 5. Monday here at the Palace, they beat Minnesota 113-83. Those 2 wins over Minnesota and Toronto, but over the longer haul over the last 5 games, there's a victory over Orlando and a tough loss to the Bulls. Otis Thorpe giving the Pistons their first lead against the Knicks in the 4 games they played.
Very dramatic, perhaps the most dramatic opening shot we've seen this year.
Mason played by the rookie from Georgetown, Reed. Harper, and rebounded by Hill.
Wide open jump shots is what the Knicks had problems with last evening.
Knicks shooting the last 2 games only at 34%. It'll be Detroit ball with 14 on the shot clock. And the Pistons love to control the tempo. That's why they have knocked down that defensive record, allowing only 93 points per game. This is a club that is not in a rush. In fact, Doug Collins saying that they keep a careful eye on the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have certainly thrived under this style under Mike Fratello, where they walk the ball up, use most of the 24.
Pistons do not have rebounding power, which enables you to run, so they want to stay disciplined.
Nice recovery by Ewing on the pass that was difficult to handle, but able to save it. So the Knicks with 12 on the 24. Ewing guarded by Thorpe. Starks for 3. And back comes Grant Hill. Here's Otis Thorpe. And Dumars setting it up.
Derek Harper guarding Grant Hill. That's the opening challenge of the night for Harper, that's for sure.
They clear out for Dumars with the shot clock running down. Davis met by Houston. So Hubert Davis ties the game at 2. Don Nelson loves to pull off surprises in terms of shuffling his lineup. And he goes right back to Hubert Davis, who had the success on opening night here at the Palace. Ewing off the head fake. And rebounded by
Hill. Pistons trying to spread the floor as much as possible.
Good position down low for Reed, and he drew the foul. Don Reed, a second-round draft pick. Foul committed by Davis. He was the last player chosen in the NBA draft last season, a defensive geared player, averaged only 7 points a game as a junior and senior at Georgetown. He He has been listed as the starting center, although in the matchup, Pistons going with Otis Thorpe, who goes 6'10" against Patrick Ewing. And Reed is more of a power forward.
Yes, at 6'8". That's the story on him. However, that 16-9 record with him in the starting role is very significant. And he buys all of Doug Collins' work ethic speeches. Doug wants 100%, not only on the floor during games, but in practice. And that's what Reed has been so responsive with, his all-around hustle.
Ewing with the save, and here comes Harper. Starks. He was given the baseline, took advantage, and then fouled by Houston. It is a non-shooting foul. The Knicks have lost their last 3 on the road. They are 12 up, 10 down on the road. They had won 6 straight at home until last night when they lost to the Bucks. Starks. John Starks driving the lane to give the Knicks a 1-point lead.
Ewing knew exactly what he wanted to do when he got the ball, and he followed that pattern in getting the ball to Starks, who finished the play.
Here is Thorpe. Starks posting up and goes to the turnaround jump, and again is fouled. That's the second on Houston.
You don't see Starks take fall-away jump shots that often. He's generally going into the basket on his release. But a moment ago, John got an opportunity to drive that ball and make his coach happy. He was doubly happy when the ball went in the basket. Mark, talking about Hubert Davis starting now for the 3rd time this season, we were surprised, as the Pistons were, when he started here in the opening game of the season. But a lot of that, of course, due to Oakley's absence, a lot of that was also due, and Nelson had this in mind, of taking, showing respect for Dumars, Grant Hill, and Lindsey Hunter's outside shooting. The Knicks wanted to counter their outside shooting with Davis, and it was a successful move, certainly, and that's what Don Nelson is seeing here again tonight.
So the Knicks with a 5-3 lead. Houston sitting down, replaced by Michael Curry. That's Curry with the ball, guarded by Davis. We saw Curry with the Pistons against the Knicks at the Garden some 6 games back, and he played well. Shot clock at 1. Thorpe just did get it away in time, and the game is tied at 5.
It's amazing. You get the feeling Thorpe closed his eyes when he shot that.
Now Dumars pushing it down. Nice pass. Hill with the touch return for Thorpe, and it's Detroit with a 7-5 lead.
Well, sometimes you can't get all 5 men back in transition defense. However, some people can cover, and no one covered Ewing with Thorpe rolling down the middle.
Davis from downtown. So Hubert Davis with a 3. Mason. Anthony Mason. And a travel call. Mason fighting Harper, and Harper going to the drive is called for steps.
Derek with his "who me" look on his face. How could that call be made? He's still puzzled by it.
The past 4 games, the Pistons averaging 108 points, so they have picked it up, but they've had a couple of blowouts with the opposition, Minnesota and Toronto. Normally, they do not even look to hit that kind of point total. Shot clock down to 2. It's down to 1. Grant Hill. And the Pistons lead by 1. But the Pistons for the season are giving up 93 a game. And the scoring average is at 95. That relating to the tempo, to their control of the game. Ewing on the turnaround. Patrick Ewing last night only 11 for 31, and Thorpe beat Ewing down court. Ewing had 29 points, 19 rebounds, but the shot selection on the questionable side, in particular in the first half.
Like last night, Ewing's being guarded by a power forward once again. Terry Cummings did a big job last night. Thorpe a little bigger than Terry Cummings, but he's still not a center.
Timeout has been called. We'll be back in a moment.
Messier to drive a long shot, saves a monkey, rebound, score! How about that? Luke Robitaille!
It's back. Paramus Honda, the #1 dealer in the Northeast, 4 years running, continues its sensational $199 lease on all 1996 Accords with as little as $0 down. Call 1-800-989-0180 to reserve your Accord. Choose from over 175 Accord DXs, LXs, EXs, coupes, sedans, or wagons, all for only $199 per month. That's Paramus Honda, Route 4 East, just west of the Garden State Plaza. Hurry! This groundbreaking $199 lease ends February 20.
Where could the new Bell Atlantic B2B be? Well, the new B2B could be by the computer, for its thousands of northern New Jersey sales and service centers. Or the new B2B could be by the supply closet, for its endless lists of new suppliers. But the new B2B better be by the boss, because it now has a unique info guide stocked with great tips on how to grow your business. The all-new Bell Atlantic B2B, for your business today and your business to be. Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
I've got another one. If you run an ad and no one sees it, does it make a sale? No. So put your ad where more people are looking to buy. 9 out of 10 use it. The genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser. Well, the Pistons may be working on that recent 108-point-a-game average, Marv. They're running the court successfully. No one covering Otis Thorpe's slam dunk. Nice pass back from Grant Hill. Joe Dumars looking ahead. This is not the style they've been playing for much of the season. That's Otis Thorpe again. So the message early for the Pistons is, hey, we can run on the Knicks, and the Knicks better adjust.
The Pistons with an 11-8 lead. That last Detroit foul was called on Reed. Ewing. And he was tripped up. That is the second committed by Don Reed.
A very troublesome move for the Pistons, because Patrick took that ball to the basket. He put pressure on the defense by forcing his way inside.
Doug Collins in a discussion with his good friend Dick Bavetta.
Doug was trying to make a sale there, but I don't think he succeeded.
And now Theo Ratliff, the rookie from Wyoming, first-round draft pick who's played very well, has come on for Don Reed, who just collected his second foul. Ratliff, known primarily as a shot blocker. He had more career blocks than anyone in NCAA history except for Alonzo Mourning. 2-point lead for the Pistons. 5.5 remaining in this first quarter. Here's Thorpe. He's had the hot hand, and Thorpe is the high man with 10. He's hit 5 of 7 from the field. It's Detroit by 4. Double team on Ewing as Hill came over, leaving Starks open for 3. John Starks from downtown. 6 points for Starks, and the Knicks are down by 1.
Swing the ball, swing it.
Hill being played by Hopper, then met on the switch by Ewing. Hill, Grant Hill able to penetrate, beating 3 Knicks off the dribble. And it's the Pistons 15, the Knicks 12.
Hill just did a nice job cutting off John Starks.
The last time the Knicks played the Pistons in New York, a couple of weeks back, there was some concern about Hill, who had a wrist injury. Turned out to be just soft tissue damage. Beautiful move by Curry. Michael Curry who the Pistons will sign for the remainder of the season. His 10-day contract expiring today. He's out of Georgia Southern. He was added to the roster when Mark Macon was hurt. He's played some of the past with the Sixers and the Bullets. That counts, and the foul. Foul committed by Ratliff. The Courier guy has been all over. Omaha, CBA, Germany, Belgium, Italy, Spain. The USBL, big guard at 6'5", 210 pounds. It's only his 9th game for the Pistons, but he has won the respect of Doug Collins with his hustle and hard work, and looks like a guy who's going to be in the NBA for some time.
Great story in today's Detroit Free Press about Curry. He said he always believed it would happen eventually, and he credited his, as he said, his lovely wife who stood by him, his mother and father. Every time he said I went to Europe, they encouraged me to come back. They knew I could play in the NBA. It's really a great story.
3:45 remaining in the first quarter. Off the ball fake, Hill able to pick up the foul on Starks.
That's his first team second.
Second team foul committed by the Knicks.
24.
Following tonight, Pistons head off to a 6-game, 9-day Western road trip. That'll begin Friday in Minnesota. Good ball movement, setting up Dumars for the 3. Ewing able to snatch the rebound.
Knicks covered the pick and roll of Detroit very well.
Pistons by 2 as we come up on 3 minutes left. First quarter. Oh, Dumars allowed to penetrate.
The Knicks are very soft inside the foul line here in the opening quarter. We're not seeing intense coverage of the guards' opponents penetrating. Big men aren't stepping up to close down the lanes.
Starks from downtown. Well, John Starks, who has not been able to find the touch, has opened up with a hot hand. 3 of 6 from the field. He has 9 points. And he's had a couple from three-point land.
Now Mason covered up real quickly and sent Grant Hill away.
That is a 3-second violation called on Ratliff. And Don Nelson calling for a timeout with 2:32 left in the first.
When it comes to travel, there are 2 companies who can cover the world like nobody else. So whether you're up north or down south, far to the east or out west, now there's a new credit card that turns whatever you buy into free travel. Delta Airlines in the sky, American Express on the ground, and a way to earn more Sky Miles faster. The new Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express.
It's not just how you play the game. It's how you call for the ball.
Come on, baby, I got him. Give me the rock, baby. Look up. PORTERHOUSE. Yo. Ah! Looking at it, baby. Come on, hit me on. Hit me on. Ah! Yeah. Ew. Woo!
If you're talking my game,
You don't know, you better ask somebody.
you're talking Foot Locker.
Ed talking Toyota. Car and Driver magazine named Camry their top choice over Taurus, Accord, and Lumina. And these phones have been ringing off the hook. You're on the air.
Does Camry have room for big muscular body?
Room to spare, big guy.
Thanks, I'll call back.
You just never know who's gonna call. A Camry lease at a low $229 a month payment would attract just about anybody.
You're on the air.
Hi, Ed. I'm trying to cut the budget. This Camry might go over real big with our house. Is that?
Nah.
Don't miss the Evian Indoor Pro Beach Volleyball Championships at the Garden this Saturday, February 24th from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. See top men's and women's Pro Beach volleyball stars compete for $150,000. Plus enjoy an all-day winter beach fest with live bands, a beach expo, and more. Tickets are on sale now at the Garden box office and through Ticketmaster. And to charge, call 212-307-7171.
2:32 remaining in this opening quarter at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons 19 and the Knicks 18. Detroit is at 9 of 15 from the field. Knicks at 6 for 14. Knicks have stayed with the starting lineup right throughout, a 3-guard alignment. Hubert Davis in the starting lineup. Here's Harper, rejected by Ratliff.
That's why he's on the floor, as you mentioned, Marv. His shot blocking exploits have gotten him here. He's leading this team in that department.
Curry from deep. A 3 from Michael Curry. And the Pistons are up by 4.
Curry had 2 for 2 from 3-point range in their last game.
Harper. Well, Ratliff that time was there and stepped back, but Derek knew that Ratliff was on the scene. Dumars looking for the pick. Here's Hill. And Thorpe on the offensive rebound. So the Pistons able to regroup with 1:25 remaining in this first quarter. And again, they look to work the shot clock down. They'll take most of the possession. Ratliff from outside. Well, Theo Ratliff showing the outside touch. And Detroit now leads by 6.
Ratliff doesn't shoot that often, but he shoots them at a 53% clip.
Here is Mason. Whoa. Line drive air ball. Ewing looking to beat the shot clock. Rare fast break for the Pistons. It will count, and the foul. They felt they had the Knicks beaten on the transition, and they did. Starks called for his second foul.
Well, you know, Doug Collins has always described the Knicks as a big, bad team. Tough guys who'll push you around and dominate you physically. I think the message has gotten through. He's convinced his Pistons that he can reverse that trend. And that's what's happening. The Knicks are not presenting any inside strength on defense. Not enough.
Lindsey Hunter has come on for Joe Dumars, who went the first 11 minutes. 3-point play, and the Pistons now lead 27-18. 35 seconds left in this first quarter. Good play by Hunter. And you know, Doug Collins loves that. He's wanted Lindsey Hunter to be more aggressive defensively. Lindsey Hunter coming off a broken foot, missed 41 games with the injury last season. Here's Starks. And as they battle for the rebound, a loose ball foul called. It's against the Pistons. It's on Ratliff. That is the second on Ratliff. So Mason to the line.
That was John Starks' 7th field goal attempt of the first quarter. But as you watched him go for that shot, hustle for the ball, which was terrific, put a lot of effort into it. But the effort continued on the shot, and it just seems very difficult to make shots when you put so much force into getting your hands on the ball and then applying that same force up into a shot attempt. John almost made it, but boy, he asked a lot of himself in that shot attempt.
8-0 run by the Pistons. Patrick Ewing will sit down. Brad Lohaus on the floor for the first time. And the Knicks are suffering at the line. 3 of 7 at the line. Pistons up 27-18, down to 20 seconds left in the first.
To clear out for the one-on-one skills now of Grant Hill. Who's going to help him out? Lohaus is the closest.
Terry Mills, who just checked in. He's played well off the bench. Final seconds of the quarter. 10 consecutive points by Detroit. Lohaus for 3. Brad Lohaus off the bench and able to bury the three-pointer at the buzzer. Last night he hit 4 of 8 from downtown. Here is another look.
Well, John Starks kept the head up looking for someone. It wasn't a head-down drive. Lohaus with impeccable timing and confidence in the jump shot comes through.
Just make sure you stay in the chariot, Chuck. I guarantee you're going to win the dang race.
That's good.
True story.
You are so special. That chariot thing you did and the water stuff. I love you, man.
You're not getting my Bud Light. Frankly, son, you frighten me.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And it's more like, I love you, man. See?
Are you lost in a financial jungle? What you need is someone who knows the ropes. Someone you can count on for advice and financial information. MetLife can help you tame the risks and help you make sense of it all. Get Met. It pays.
Welcome to Heathrow, Wilson. Is London what you expected?
Not exactly, sir. How are we going to find our rental counter?
We don't need a rental counter. We're with Hertz #1 Club Gold.
Gee, it's fast.
Exactly.
Sir, the car's waiting on your name in light.
Exactly.
And there's a canopy to protect us from the weather.
Exactly.
You know, sir, this is just like the States.
Not exactly, Wilson. You're on the wrong side of the road.
Sorry, sir.
It's late at night. Do you know where your children are? Keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got to use the phone.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by Toyota. I love what you do for me. Toyota. By MetLife. Get Met. It pays. And by Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz.
Well, this past Saturday night was a very special night here at the Palace of Auburn Hills as Isaiah Thomas's number 11 raised to the rafters. Dave Bing, Bob Lanier on hand for the ceremonies for the now general manager of the Toronto Raptors, Vinnie Johnson to the left, Joe Dumars displaying the number 11. Isaiah's family on hand. And Isaiah spoke about his 13-year career with the Pistons, saying, you watched me grow up. You've seen some of my sins and my bad parts. Not only did you see it, but you got to judge and critique it. Very emotional speech by Isaiah. Second quarter is underway. The Pistons, over the final 2 minutes of the first quarter, ran off 10 straight points. That was stopped by the buzzer three-pointer by Lohaus. The Knicks only 7 of 20 from the field in the first quarter, and the Pistons 13 for 20 on fire. 8-point Detroit lead. Thorpe feeling around for Mason. Goes to his third option. Otis Thorpe has been unstoppable. 7 of 9 from the field. He has 15 points.
Otis at 6'10", creating all kinds of problems. He can shoot over the Knicks.
Hopper met by the double team and lost it. A minute gone by in the second. Now Mills working on Lohaus. And drew the foul. He gets the call on the continuation. The basket is good, and he'll go to the line. Foul committed by Brad Lohaus.
First team first.
Terry Mills, more likely to see him shooting jump shots facing the basket. This is a very tough move executed by Terry Mills. Last year he was a starter. This year he's been coming off the bench 44 times this year, and his numbers are way down, but boy, with time and any kind of room, he's very tough.
Willie Anderson has checked in for the first time. Anderson from Mason. They swing it back out. Here's a three-point attempt. Derek Hopper from downtown. Willie Anderson in his debut last night as a Knick hit 4 of 5 from the field in 19 minutes of playing time. 10-point Piston lead. And the foul called on Anderson. The Knicks come into tonight losers of 3 of the last 4. Trying to snap out of it. Not a pretty picture last night in the loss to the Bucks. But you look at the 3 losses of the last 4 games, a blowout in Charlotte. This after the All-Star break, losses to the Nets in New Jersey, and last night to the Bucks. The one win was a convincing victory over the Sixers last Friday night at the Garden. Mills putting on a series of moves and then able to go glass.
Boy, he's sharp. The Knicks had made the adjustment and put Lohaus on him. Mason was on, Willie Anderson was on him before. Look at that field goal percentage shooting. The Knicks, their 2-point shooting at 20% from the field versus the 3-point shooting much, much better.
So the Pistons lead by 10 as Anthony Mason able to hit on his first field goal. And the Knicks 3-point shooting has not been a positive recently. 8 of 31 the other night against the Nets. They did come back last night thanks to the touch of Brad Lohaus. Lohaus with no hesitation. Oh, he is feeling it. Brad Lohaus again hitting the 3.
He's a tough man for Terry Mills to deal with. Mills doesn't like to go out far and guard people as well because he can be beaten off the dribble.
Thorpe getting position. Had it knocked away. Pistons able to keep it alive. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hunter way off. And the recovery by Thorpe. 17 for Otis Thorpe in his 12th year out of Providence. Otis Thorpe exploding here in the first half. Now Mason going at Thorpe and drew the foul. For Thorpe, his first. The last 24 hours not pleasant for the Knicks in terms of the travel conditions in making it from the New York area to Detroit. They attempted to fly here last night after the game with the Bucks and ended up, they had to make a decision while in the air. They wanted to land in Grand Rapids, Michigan, ended up landing in Milwaukee and staying the night in Milwaukee. I don't know, was there some confusion? Perhaps they thought it was a home and home set. But weather conditions forced the Knicks to go to Milwaukee, which is always nice. They could read about what took place in the Milwaukee papers, get a different point of view. I know the guys are really into that. And then today, weather conditions clearing up in the afternoon, and they're able to make the flight from Milwaukee to Detroit. Kind of a circular route for the Knicks. Allen Houston with a straight route to the basket. And the Pistons lead 40-30.
Talk to Willie Anderson. You can see the Pistons doing a job on the boards too. Willie Anderson in our pregame show about that. Willie said, hey, I remember coming in the league before there were charters. It was no big deal. I had a good day. Got a lot of rest today.
Houston looking to run. Feeding Mills. May have gotten away with a travel. And Don Nelson screaming at his club to push it down court. Wanted the Knicks to run. Here's Davis for 3. And Hubert Davis from downtown cuts it to a 7-point Detroit lead.
Well, Nelson's given Patrick Ewing quite a rest, and now we see Don go over and ask Patrick to get up and get back in the game.
Hubert Davis has hit 3 of 3, 8 points. Mills. And back comes Davis. Starks on a pull-up. John Starks going glass to cut it to 5.
See, with an increased tempo now by the Knicks, they're getting some pressure on the transition of the Pistons on defense. That's what Don Nelson's been trying to get them to do now.
11-4 run by the Knicks. Ewing with the step on Conley.
Foot Locker is a proud sponsor of New York Knicks basketball on MSG Network.
If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come.
Well, we built it, so come on in.
At Patrick's, get 2 for Tuesday. Any 2 entrees, $15.95. Wednesday's noodle night. Mix any pasta with any sauce, only $5.50. Thursday's prime time with prime rib, only $9.95. Any night you'll enjoy delicious meals like chicken Caesar salad or a giant 42-ounce porterhouse steak. On the weekend, let us entertain you with bands, DJs, dancing, and more. Patrick's Restaurant, 15 Greenwood Lake Turnpike in beautiful Ringwood.
Low, low prices. Low, low lease payments. Low, low pressure. That's Glenn Toyota and Leonard Toyota.
It's not just a sale that's important to us, it's a relationship we build with our customers.
The only thing lower than the price is the pressure. Drive off in a new or used Toyota today. That's Glenn Toyota and Leonard Toyota.
And count on paying less at Leonard and Glenn Toyota.
Glenn Toyota, across from Nabisco. Leonard Toyota, a half-mile from Riverside Square.
Lakeview Jeep Eagle Chrysler Plymouth buys and sells quality pre-owned vehicles, and our prices speak for themselves.
We have a large selection of pre-owned cars that we maintain here at Lakeview. But before they go on a lot, we make sure that they're serviced properly and they go through a 27-point service check by our technicians.
Put you in the car you want at the right price so you can feel comfortable.
Lakeview Jeep Eagle Chrysler Plymouth.
Our motto here at Lakeview Motors has always been, price is important, but satisfaction is priceless.
2. You're invited to see Sesame Street Live When I Grow Up at the Paramount now through February 25th. It's fun for the whole family as the Sesame Street Live Muppets explore what they want to be when they grow up. Tickets are on sale now at the Garden Box Office and through Ticketmaster.
John, is that autobiographical on your part?
It's autobiographical, and for both of us, Marv, actually.
5 minutes in, second quarter, and the Pistons now lead by 5. Here's Mills, and he was fouled.
I think Doug Collins said to Terry Mills, Terry, get in there and shoot that ball every time you touch it.
Foul committed by Ewing. His first. Doug Collins, who has been described by several people in the Detroit organization as appealing to the MTV crowd with the new look right throughout this season. Joe Dumars saying that he is the most intense coach that he has ever been around. Doug making the transition back to coaching from television and has the final say in all personnel matters.
Doug also last time in New York in February said earlier this month that he abhors wearing ties, and I guess he wrote that into his contract too, Marv, because we will not see a tie on Doug.
Anderson being played by Houston. Davis for 3. Hubert Davis, 4 of 4 from the field. He has 11 points, and he's hit 3 from downtown. Pistons now lead by 3. 6.5 remaining in this first half. Mills backing Lowhouse. Shot clock at 3. And the foul is called. The shot clock was down to 1. And Willie Anderson, in trying to strip Grant Hills, called for the foul.
I thought Anderson made a terrific defensive play. He covered Hill with in every direction, and then when Hill went for the shot, he challenged him, went at him, trying to slap that ball away. Clearly must have caught his hand, but he moved his feet quite well on defense.
Now here's Joe Dumars for Lindsey Hunter. Following tonight, the Knicks back home on Friday to go up against the Atlanta Hawks. They split the previous 2 with the Hawks, and then a 4-game trip to the West Coast, facing the Suns, the Lakers, the Kings, and the Jazz. Ewing was pushed by Ratliff. Theo Ratliff, who goes 6'10", 225 pounds. Rookie from Wyoming has collected his 3rd foul.
New York is out of bounds. 24.
For the Pistons, their 2nd team foul. Knicks with 4. And here is the veteran Mark West coming on for Theo Ratliff. So West is the 3rd option at center. 35-year-old out of Old Dominion in his 13th NBA season. He's had knee problems right throughout that began in preseason. And it is West trying to bother Ewing leaning on him, and apparently succeeded because Ewing lost it.
West has only played in 29 of the team's 49 games, started 11, but he seems to be on the end of the road type path in his career now.
Starks delivers for Anderson. And Willie Anderson demonstrating the nice touch to cut it to a 2-point Piston lead. Detroit is led by as many as 13. Well, the Knicks shooting has picked up, led by Hubert Davis. Mills, Terry Mills getting inside. 10 points off the bench for Mills, and Anderson hit by Houston, and that is number 3 on Houston, who has not been able to get himself a game here tonight.
That's the start of the team's liberator.
Terry Mills working his way inside. Strong, and then he takes a flop coming up court.
Michael Curry has checked back in, replacing Allen Houston. Anderson trying to post up on Curry, and Anderson called for a travel. Shuffled his feet as he backed Curry. Update on the 2-point and 3-point breakdown. The Knicks 8 of 10 from downtown and only 6 of 18 from 2-point range. Hill off the dribble and foul.
You see at the end of that move, Hill has the thrust in his legs to go forward hard to the basket.
Foul picked up by Lohaus, his second, and Grant Hill to the line. Quiet first half to this point, but we are very early. 6 points for Hill. But Grant Hill averaging better than 21 a game to lead the Pistons, just under 9 rebounds per game. Pistons by 5. Here's Starks blowing by Curry. John Starks accelerating, and now hangs with Dumars to put some pressure on.
Great move by the Knicks, pushing the ball up court, also giving their big man Patrick Ewing a rest. Patrick didn't even have to get to half court.
Grant Hill extends to a 47-42 lead. Anderson able to drive straight down the lane, and he drew the foul.
He has very exciting skills. He has such a flow to his movement and simplicity. It doesn't look like he's doing a lot. He's just very smooth and together. His body is so together. And he's quick, and at 6'8", he's a real problem for the shorter people that are forced to guard him.
Willie Anderson spent 7 years as a member of the San Antonio Spurs. Put his Thorpe back, placing Terry Mills, who did a good job. 10 points for Mills. And then Anderson was exposed in the expansion draft taken by Toronto. Major problem for the course of his career, the fact that he has had operations on both his shins. He's had leg problems right throughout as Thorpe makes his move. A pushing foul indicated. It's on Ewing. It is his second.
Anderson tells an amusing story about going through metal detectors at airports with those wooden rods, or just the metal rods in his legs, and how the detector would go off when he'd go through those. And finally, as he put it so succinctly, his skin grew over those metal rods and the problem went away.
Said for a while he was carrying around a doctor's note.
Yeah, that's right. Have to show it to the security people.
So with 4 minutes remaining in this first half, Pistons lead 49-44. Marv Albert John Andres from the Palace of Auburn Hills. It is just shy of a sellout. They say about 20,000 on hand on a rainy, foggy day in the Detroit area. Out on Mark West. They have had 9 sellouts here at the Palace. In fact, they've sold out 3 of the last 4 games. Capacity is 21,454.
Very quiet first half for Ewing from the field with 1 field goal thus far.
Pistons 49 and the Knicks 46. Don Nelson, though, has to be satisfied that the Knicks have been able to get back into it after trailing by as many as 13. And this is a particularly high-scoring first half for the Pistons. Anderson hit the floor, was trying to draw the foul, but he picked it up. That's his 30 at 5 last night in his 19 minutes of play.
Don Nelson very puzzled by that call. Walks out to near half court with his arms up.
Hubert Davis getting a rest in the first 20 minutes. 4 of 4 from the field, 3 from downtown for 11 points. The Knicks are over the limit, so Thorpe at the line. What a first half for Otis Thorpe. Make it 21 points and 5 of 5 at the line.
His season high is 27 points scored against Seattle in November, a long time ago.
Pistons lead by 5. Ewing started his move and was held by West. And that puts the Pistons over the foul limit. So Ewing to the line. Don Nelson with some clinical advice for Hubert Davis. Dick Bavetta in a conversation with a couple of the players, and I pick up what Dick is saying. He said, I could call it every time if I wanted to.
Dick showing his humor, broke out laughing with John Starks' remarks.
Hill with the step on Lohaus and then try to dish it off. Recovered by Hill. The quickness of Grant Hill. He now has 10, and the Pistons are up 53-48.
Yes, he exploded on that play. Always under control.
Ewing. Patrick Ewing able to bang it off the glass. And it's a 3-point Detroit lead. 10 points for Ewing.
When do you see that move? No dribble, just turn and jump shoot right over Mark West. Beautiful move by Ewing.
Hill with the hesitation dribble. Won't count. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
Crowd responding to the call by Dick Bavetta. The Knicks take a timeout.
I'd have to say Larry is my best friend. The guy is a maniac for sports. He loves to play football. That's his sport, and he's the boss. And he'll never, ever leave a game early.
What is this, the Arctic Bowl?
He's rolling out the tarp with him.
Larry!
But all my life, Larry's always done me big favors.
Mike, Diane, Mike.
Hi. Very big favors.
Yes. Cheers, buddy.
When you're with a friend as good as Larry, shouldn't you have a Heineken?
He found a fortune in diamonds that the mob wanted back. But they just messed with the wrong guy.
Get ready to rumble!
Jackie Chan. The only action star who does all his own stunts.
Are you okay? No.
Rumble in the Bronx. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Oh, it were a stormy night it were, and the waves they were as tall as buildings. Then suddenly, crack, one of the waves hit the bow, smashed to bits. But let go of the wheel, dog. Then we heard a
Hey, honey, didn't we go to school together? You're quite a catch. Hey, what's your sign? I'm a Pisces.
9X. More information, more solutions, more stuff.
A moment ago, we were talking about Willie Anderson, whose contract is up at the end of the season. And John, in his case, the deal acquiring him may not have been strictly for salary cap purposes. Now, if there's interest on the part of the Knicks of re-signing him, is Willie Anderson interested? John posed that question to Willie.
Well, I try not to think about it, but I told Coach and Ernie, told both of them, look here, I'm going to leave a great impression on you where you're going to either have to sign me or someone else will. You know, that's my attitude, but my main objective here is to win and possibly win a championship.
Nice words that Ernie Grenfell will appreciate. Real professional attitude, and Anthony Mason with a strong inside move.
And the Knicks have hit 10 of 11 from the field in the second quarter to get back into it. Down by 1, 53-52 with just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Ewing with the steal, and then Hill able to recapture. Shot clock is down to 5. Down to 2. 1, Dumars, and the tip. West with the box out on Lohaus.
Well, the Knicks should have been doing the boxing out. That's Lohaus and Ewing right there, and West just beat them to the ball because he had room.
So West with his first field goal. Pistons by 3. Ewing. Rebound Mason. He one-handed it and lost it.
So frustrating for Mason. He worked hard to get that basketball.
.115 remaining in the first half. Knicks and the Pistons meeting for the 4th and final time this regular season. Here is Thorpe. Rare miss for Otis. Starks coming up short. Air ball by John Starks.
That was Thorpe who had something to do with that air ball.
Dumars for 3. Joe Dumars with his second field goal. He has 5, and the Pistons lead 58-52 with 40 seconds left in the half. Mason, played by Thorpe. Now Dumars over to help. Harper, yes. Knicks wanted a 3. They do not get the call. Don Nelson questioning Ken Mauer, why not a 3? Doug Collins requesting a 20-second timeout. We'll get another look at that with 23 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the half. And Don Nelson furious, wondering why Derek Harper did not get credit for a 3-point shot.
That's the side of Don Nelson fans don't see after games. He was hot. Let's take another look at it now. Derek Harper and going for a shot which he was awarded 2 points for, but Don Nelson and his staff were standing right there.
To get a better look at it. First was tough to tell, and now his foot's on the line. Correct call. Derek had the right foot on the circle. Knicks 11 of 14 from the field. Hot shooting second quarter. Down by 4. Pistons holding for a final shot. There's a 4-second differential between the 24 and the game clock. Mills. Chase for the ball. Starks hit the floor as he and Dumars collided. The ball knocked out of bounds by Dumars. So it will be Nick ball with 3 and 2/10 of a second remaining. John Starks shaken up. He took a tumble.
John, like Charles Oakley, though, has no trouble hustling and hitting the floor for a loose basketball and never seems to show pain either.
Pistons doing some shuffling. West is back. Thorpe pulled apart. 3 and Starks couldn't find anybody and has to call for time. It's a 20-second timeout. All right, another look at the hustle on the part of both Starks and Dumars. Oh, you heard it. That one hurt here. Dick Pavetta, who is always providing knee slappers, coming over, indicating that he spilled a soda. Actually, he did, John.
He did, yes. He feigned it, and then he actually
did all over your notes.
So nice, so nice.
And here's Mason. He drew the foul with 0.8 of a second remaining. Dumars call for the foul. Has an official ever been beaten up at halftime by a color commentator, John? There is that possibility. I can sense it. I can sense anger.
Well, Marv, as I've mentioned from time to time, I've had my moments with Dick on the basketball court. Dick was a two-handed set shooter a couple of seasons ago. We competed.
Eight-tenths of a second remaining in this first half. It is down to a 2-point Piston lead, and that is the end of the first half. So here at the Palace of Auburn Hills, the Pistons, who had the commanding lead early, now lead by 2. John, taking care of matters.
You need a shine while I'm at it?
I thought it was pretty funny by Dick Pavetta. Pretended that he was knocking over your water, and then he did.
I'm doing my chores, Marv.
That was unbelievable. All right, Bob Page is coming up in a moment. We'll be back at the Palace after these words.
It's another Big Ten Big East doubleheader as Wisconsin heads for Michigan and Pittsburgh visits Syracuse Saturday on MS.
Can you verify that 9 out of 10 people use this book?
Absolutely. We have helped a lot of people out in a lot of emergencies, and this is how they found us.
Maybe 75% of our clients now come in through the ad. We get a lot of business from it.
And buying the biggest ad really works. 4 children work at the business, and we all make a good living. I'm not too thin. Just lost my hair, but, you know.
How are you? Thank you for coming. Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
Paramus Golf, we make it easy to look good on any golf course. And with personal service from the owners, who are present at all times, you can be guaranteed of the best custom fitting and the lowest possible prices for all your equipment. Paramus Golf has New Jersey's largest selection of men's and ladies' golf clothing in all the latest colors and fashions, so looking good is made easy. So come to Paramus Golf, where quality and personal service are par for our course. Our reputation depends on it.
PC Richard & Son gives you giant presidential savings. 0% interest for 12 months on any big screen television from Sony, RCA, and ProScan. That's no payments, no interest, no money down for 1 full year with a PC Richard credit card. 0% interest for 12 months on all Amana home appliances, Yamaha Hi-Fi audio, and all Sony VCRs. Check your newspaper for 2-day sales specials and weekend sales specials during this giant event. It's presidential savings time at PC Richard & Son. Be there!
When they were small, we had a little sports car.
And then they got bigger, so we had to get a 4-door.
So we leased a new Volkswagen Jetta. 0 down, $219 a month. Nice, huh? German-engineered front-wheel drive Jetta comes with rack and pinion steering, daytime running lights, dual airbags. It's a great driving car.
It's back seat.
And a huge trunk.
Weimaraners come from Germany.
Maybe that's why they like driving so much.
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Drivers wanted at Genzinger Motors of Clifton.
100.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Back at the Palace, the Pistons with a 58-56 lead on the Knicks. The high point man of the game, Otis Thorpe, with 21 on 8 of 11 from the field. Right here, let's go to Bob Page at the MSG Sports Desk.
This season, the Detroit Pistons and Minor are teaming up to save team money. Stop by the special Detroit Pistons Center Court display at
Yes, we are here. Thanks, Marv. Good evening, everybody. At Milwaukee tonight, the Nets and Bucks just about to get underway, with New Jersey having won 4 straight games. As for the Mets, beautiful weather greeted them at Port St. Lucie today, and beautiful things seem in store for Jason Isringhausen and other talented young Mets phenoms such as Bill Pulsiver, whom Mike Crispino asked about the Mets' success of late last year.
For the most part, a lot of guys went home and they busted their butts pretty hard because they knew what it felt like to win up there at the major league level, and it felt very nice. So I think that the guys took a lot of time into getting prepared for spring training this year, so I think the momentum will carry over.
The main thing we have to do is get out to a good start. You know, we don't want to have to dig ourselves out of a hole like last year. So we're hoping to get out early, and then just every time I think we all three feel, whenever we go out, we need to just give our team the best shot to win we can.
Our Dave Cohn has been at Yankees camp. He'll talk with newcomer Tim Raines on our half-hour show at 10:30 tonight. Hockey at the Meadowlands Arena tonight. Florida and the Devils, no score, just underway second period. But watch what happens at the end of the first period. Time running out. You'll see Bobby Holik just take a desperation shot that actually beats Mark Fitzpatrick. But the buzzer had sounded. No goal. Game still scoreless. Meanwhile, at Rangers practice in Rye today, Mike Richter took hyperbaric chamber treatment, supposedly a healing agent, for his latest groin injury, which will have him out another 2 to 3 weeks. You wonder if he'll be ready for the postseason.
It's the reality of the situation. You just have to deal with it, and the more you can approach it, almost like game situation. You know what you have to do and be really committed to your workouts. The thing will get better and it will respond. It really, from where I was 7 weeks ago to where I am today, I have to say I am happy.
In the NFL, Dolphins linebacker Brian Cox is signed as a free agent with the Bears. Now this.
As the official airline of the 1996 Olympic Games, Delta has created an event just for business travelers, the International Dash. With 4,900 daily flights to 300 cities, we'll fly you to the business world with a schedule that's as full as yours. And we don't do it so we can finish first. We do it so you can. Delta Airlines.
For years, I never even thought about it. Guess I just didn't want to face things. Yeah, I've been there. But now, my parents, they need real help. It's gonna be tight. We'll just have to manage somehow.
I got this guy at Payne Weber, put me in a mutual fund for my parents. Same time he set up my kid's college fund.
That long ago? How do you know about your parents back then?
He asked.
How does Minolta stay on top?
Do you think that I'd zoom to Bora Bora without my new Explorer?
I can keep my little girl at any age with Minolta's Freedom Family Zoom.
I ain't know about being #1, and the Max I'm through in the SI keeps Minolta on top.
This Minolta Compact can't zoom to 140 millimeters? I lied.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
By any Minolta camcorder, and you've joined Club Minolta.
Almost lost among our 9 major league teams, Seton Hall, St. John's, Rutgers, and all the rest, has been the outstanding season that local teams Marist and Monmouth have been having. Both are 13-3 in the Northeast Conference. And as I remarked today at the Metro Basketball Writers Luncheon to Dave McGarity, this is vindication. Many Marist followers wanted him out just a few years ago.
For me personally, it has been. I think,
when I first got there, we had a tremendous amount of success. And in my first 4 years, actually, we averaged about 17, 18 wins a game, and we hit some hard times coming out of that probation. And the institution hung with me, and I'm very, very appreciative of that, because they gave me an opportunity to coach this team. 2 years ago, it was a big year for me. We had a winning season in '94, and they renewed my contract, and I think we've both done well since that point.
More with Dave McGarity in our full half-hour show. Again tonight at 10:30. Hope you can join us. Back to Detroit next.
Never has there been a greater event on so many Ford cars and trucks. It's the Great Percent Event. And now, during the Great Percent Event, you can get a great lease offer. For as little as $209 a month for 24 months, drive a new fully loaded Ford Windstar. That's $209 a month for the only minivan with a 5-star rating and government crash test. Hurry, this special lease rate absolutely ends February 26th. Or if you choose, get 4-8 financing or $1,000 cash back on a purchase. Either way, don't miss the Great Percent Event at your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer now.
Hello, I'm Hugh McCaddock. This just in, a meteor landed near a McDonald's. Here's eyewitness Louise Sanders.
Well, I had just ordered when all of a sudden...
What did you get?
Oh, a triple cheeseburger.
Oh, don't you love that first tasty bite?
But the meteor just...
Meteor? It sure is meteor. There's 3 all-beef patties in there.
But this is a big deal.
That it is. McDonald's triple cheeseburger is a big, beefy burger. Try it as an extra value meal. To recap, get the triple cheeseburger at McDonald's. Oh, some big rock fell out of the sky.
Nobody does it like you.
For high traffic areas, now there's the deep cleaning power of the new Hoover Steam Vac Deluxe with 5-brush agitator.
Nobody does it like you.
It's late at night. Do you know where your children are? Keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got to use the phone.
Where could the new Bell Atlantic B2B be? Well, the new B2B could be by the computer, for its thousands of northern New Jersey sales and service centers. Or the new B2B could be by the supply closet, for its endless lists of new suppliers. But the new B2B better be by the boss, because it now has a unique info guide stocked with great tips on how to grow your business. The all-new Bell Atlantic B2B, for your business today and your business to be. Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
I remember when you broke into this town, kid. Kid? 1941, right? Yep. P.C. Richard and Son started in New York in 1909, you know. 86 years? Holy cow! People really appreciate hard work and dedication. New Yorkers really love the home team. We're expanding into New Jersey, you know. Holy cow, that's where I live. Hey, Scooter, you want a cannoli? You sell cannolis? You're a huckleberry.
Some of our announcers' clothing is furnished by Perry Ellis Menswear.
Well, the Pistons with a 58-56 lead on the Knicks. As we head to the third quarter, look at the leading scorers summary, brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. There's only one Jeep. It's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. Otis Thorpe in his 20 minutes, 8 of 11 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line for 21 points, 10 apiece from Mills and Hill. While the Knicks with 3 players in double figures, John Starks, 5 of 10, hit 2 of 3 from downtown, 13 points. Hubert Davis making his 3rd start of the season, 4 for 4 from the field, 3 of 3 from three-point land, 11 points. And Patrick Ewing, although only 2 of 7, he's done at the line, 6 for 7 at the line with 10 points. Most unusual score for a Knick-Piston game. Both clubs shooting very well. The Knicks turning it around in the second quarter.
Well, we know the Pistons wanted to run and the Knicks started to catch up with them. Marv, but before we go any further,
yes,
I'd like to give you a presentation from the Gerber people here in Detroit. And our staff has asked that we pull one of these out for you in recognition of your overall behavior and demeanor this evening, and we thought it would be only appropriate that you, as an all-star,
that's very nice of you,
have your very own future all-star Detroit
very
Pistons
nice
bib. And I'd like to know if you'd like to wear it for the second half.
John with prop humor, very nice. Very good.
One of the better ones.
Very nice.
I know you.
I will wear this proudly.
I know you will.
Throughout the game. Why don't we check out the highlights? Thank you, John. A look at Knick highlights brought to you by Minolta, the official camera of the Garden.
Well, Pistons got running with Otis Thorpe in the first quarter. He beat Patrick Ewing down the court a couple of times and got the benefits of the good legs. He ran down and had a couple of stuffs. Grant Hill always tough. He wasn't spectacular in the first half. As a matter of fact, the Knicks have held Hill in check throughout their 4 games thus far. But on this play, his second effort got him 2 points. John Starks came out early, actually led the Knicks in field goal attempts with 10 in the first half. John uses the backboard on this play beautifully. John 5 out of 10 from the field in the first half. Willie Anderson gave the ball up for the easiest assist he'll ever get, and that was Hubert Davis who canned that jump shot.
And you know, John, that bib will come in very handy for double dribbles the rest of the way. I'm sorry.
It worked.
Yes. We'll be back in a moment.
And now Mobil presents our sleek new nozzles. They're easier to use and 30% faster. Pick one up today.
When they read the New York Times, some people begin with international news or market indicators or the arts, and others turn right to sports.
I always wanted to be a sportscaster, but I just couldn't lose this New York accent.
The New York Times. Read what you like.
Let's go to the videotape.
Some of the people who benefit most from the Discover card don't even have one. Hi, I'm Scott Hamilton. Each year, the Discover Card youth programs recognize thousands of kids who are making a difference. In fact, Discover Card has already contributed over $16 million in support of this unique collection of programs. So as long as there are kids with dreams, we'll be here, helping them reach those dreams.
Domino's Pizza announces 4 amazing weeks when any pizza, any size, with any number of toppings is just $9.99. Call now for this mega money saving deal. And don't forget to try our buffalo wings. It's a mega deal.
I'd like to tell you about my friend Jake. Jake is music. If he's not playing, he's listening to music. He has a legendary music collection. He's got stuff from last century. 8 tracks. The best times we have are just when we sit down and pick up the guitars and play what comes to our heads. Jake's just a great friend. Western. Got his backstage passes? Yes. Everybody loves him. Not too sure the neighbors do, though.
When you're with a friend as good as Jake, shouldn't you have a Heineken?
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by Mobil Super Plus Detergent Gasoline. Mobil, how can we help you? By the New York Times. Read what you like. By Coca-Cola. Always jammin', always Coca-Cola. And by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers.
Back at the Palace, Marv Albert with John Andres. The Pistons with a 58-56 lead on the Knicks as we check out the Toyota matchup.
Well, the big men going at it tonight. Thorpe, a power forward, doing a terrific job as a center. Outscoring Patrick Ewing better than 2-1. Also doing it on the in the rebounding department. Thorpe 8 out of 11 from the field.
And both clubs shooting well. The Knicks turning it in the second quarter, 18 of 34 for the half, while the Pistons at 59% from the field.
Three-point shooting is really keeping the Knicks in this. Hubert Davis 4 for 4 from the field in the first half. The rebounding department is where the Knicks have to get better. The Pistons are doing a better job. The Knicks missing Charles Oakley, one of those games. A lot of numbers in the assist department for the Knicks, though, with 15 in the first half.
Well, John, this is Motown, and that is one of the 4 tops. Abdul Fakir from the great 4 tops.
And they work a lot, so nice to have a night off once in a while.
Wearing his official Detroit Piston jacket, Third quarter is underway. Pistons led by as many as 13 back in the first quarter. Dumars and Houston in the backcourt. This is Reed with it up front with Hill and Thorpe. Allen Houston playing with 3 fouls. Reed guarded by Mason. Houston on the step back move. And the rebound handled by Mason. Anthony Mason, who had an outstanding game last night, just shy of a triple-double. Finding Davis for 3. That is his first miss of the game. He was 4 of 4 from the field in the first half. 3 for 3 from downtown.
Reed started at center for Detroit, but got 2 fouls early. Only played 6 minutes in the first half. And Otis Thorpe continues.
Pistons 60, Knicks 56. Ewing fouled. Ewing double team, strip, and he was hit. Thorpe collecting his second. It is a non-shooting affair. So Don Nelson opening with the 3 guards as he did right at the start, and another Piston foul. Again, it's Thorpe. That is number 3.
Looked like the Pistons bench had something to say to Ewing. He has a little rapport with Doug Collins, and Ewing signaled where he was hit on the arm to the Pistons bench.
Ewing is 6 of 8 at the line. Let's see how Doug plays it with Otis Thorpe, who just picked up number 3. The free throw shooting only 12 of 19. Hill coming off the screen, and the foul called on Harper.
Of the foul shooting attempts by the Knicks tonight, Marvin, the first half, John Starks and Derek Harper combined for a total of 4 foul shot attempts. Not enough pressure by them on the defense.
Hill coming up short, and the rebound handled by Ewing. Mason running the floor. Trying to put a move on Reed. Now the post up by Mason, yes. Anthony Mason has 9 points, and the Knicks again are within 2.
Such a tough move. He drives, physically drives the defender below the basket and then fades back to that one-handed jump shot, which become quite patented by Mason.
Shot clock is at 4. Down to 2. Got it off in time and hit. Otis Thorpe. So Thorpe is now 10 of 14 from the field. He has 25 points. Here's Ewing. Once again, you saw the quickness of Hill. Thorpe finding the open Dumars. And again, Mason running the floor. Ewing.
He was bothered by Thorpe. Good job by Thorpe contesting the jump shot.
Ewing is only 2 of 9 coming off the 11 for 31 for the field against the Bucks last night. Here's Dumars eluding Starks. And Don Nelson wants to talk it over.
Starks a little too aggressive. All Dumars had to do was go right by him when Starks ran at him.
We're knocking down prices on Hyundais during the Hyundai Knockout Clearance. Get $1,500 cash back on a roomy Sonata, or choose up to $1,500 cash, or 1.9% financing on an Elantra. And with cash back, a high-tech Accent's just $7,785. Buy now and make no monthly payments for 90 days, but hurry, because if you miss the bell for the Hyundai Knockout Clearance, you'll be down for the count. Right now, get up to $1,500 cash back during your Hyundai dealer's Knockout Clearance.
Nobody does it like you, the way that you do. Nobody's got the power to please me
The new Hoover Steam Vac Deluxe deep cleans high traffic areas better than ever. With exclusive 5-brush agitation, it washes, extracts, deep cleans, and it leaves carpets twice as dry as our leading power brush competitor.
Hoover, nobody does it like you.
So what's the story?
I'm just a businessman who drew a bad hand in a discount long-distance deal. And I'm not alone.
They promised big savings over AT&T.
They're not comparing similar calling plans.
I didn't see any big savings.
I may look calm, but I'm really irked.
Well, that's a story. What are you gonna call it?
I'll think of something.
Stay tuned for RateGate. We can help you get the facts.
Well, the Pistons have come out strong here in the third quarter. Anthony Mason showed some strength a moment ago, too, with Reed. Took him down low, then went back to that fadeaway. That basket looked mighty big to Mason. He had no hand in his face. At the other end, though, the Knicks have to deal with Thorpe, who didn't go home after that terrific first half. He came out and opened up with a corner jump shot. That was one of his 2 field goals so far here in the third. Look at those numbers. His season high is 27, and that was in November.
Pistons lead by 6 points. Starks. Won't count. 3-second violation. And so the Pistons will get it back. Allen Houston, Joe Dumars in the backcourt. Don Reed, Grant Hill, Otis Thorpe up front. Shot clock at 5. Ewing able to pick it off. Here's Hopper. Pistons able to get back.
Each team with a couple of turnovers now points to that first half total, Marv. Bears repeating. 5 for the Knicks in the first half and only 3 for the Pistons.
Starks forced it under pressure. Beautiful bullet lead for Dumars. So the Pistons now lead 66-58. Joe Dumars, the last remaining player from the back-to-back championship teams of the late 80s here in Detroit, making only his 13th start of the season. Back in the starting lineup. Mason going to the reverse was hacked. Willie Anderson getting set to check back in. Don Reed called for the foul. Joe Dumars, number 4 on the Pistons' all-time scoring chart. Isaiah Thomas better than 18,000 points, followed by Bob Lanier and Dave Bing.
4 of the top 10 that we just showed were members of those great championship teams. Joe Dumars not identified, though. When you talk about Joe Dumars, it's not just scoring, it's leadership and it's defense. Oh, what a terrific defensive player he has been throughout his career.
But for the 3rd straight season, he struggled with injuries. The lower back problem bothering him this season, although he says he is feeling better now. 7-point Piston lead. Here's Houston trying to shake off Davis. Nice pass. Reed could not hit. And Ewing on the save. Here's Mason beating the Pistons down. And foul. And a major collision involving 3 players, 2 Pistons. Hill and Thorpe on the floor. Foul committed by Reed, his 4th.
Looked like Mason was the bowling ball coming down the alley on that play, the way everybody spread out after he went up for the shot. Here's another look at Anthony Mason and his power move inside. And he fell into, I wasn't sure if that was Thorpe or Hill. Looks like Thorpe initially, and then he got Hill, and then that was a slip by Hill.
Theo Ratliff for Don Reed. Reed with only 1 point. He has 4 fouls. Anthony Mason putting up some good numbers again. 11 points, 4 assists. And the Pistons now lead 66-61. Allen Houston in his third year from Tennessee. Try to lose Hubert Davis on a screen down low. Hubert able to stay with him. Houston having trouble finding his shots. Here is Thorpe. Air ball handled by Mason. Anderson giving it back to Mason. And that's an unusual shot to see for Anthony Mason, a straightaway jump.
That was a long jumper for Mason, but what was great about that play, and Anderson brought it, he brought flow. It was only two men, but there was flow to that exchange, and it made Mason very comfortable for that jumper.
Dumars, a three-pointer for Dumars. Pistons 69 and the Knicks 63. Dumars has 12. Ewing with the screen. Davis for three.
Knicks just not getting offensive board pressure tonight.
Houston. Allen Houston with the beautiful touch. Well, we have not seen much of it here tonight. He was in the early foul trouble, and the Knicks have done a good job in not allowing the jump shot. Anderson. And the tip. Nicely done by Hubert Davis. Pistons by 6.
Boy, at the suggestion of no offensive rebounding, Hubert comes through. The Knicks only had 2 in the first half off the offensive boards, but that was a terrific play.
Thorpe. And back comes Anderson. Hopper for 3. Anderson able to keep it alive. And is called for steps. Willie Anderson called for the traveling violation. So the Pistons get it back with 5:15 left in the third. They lead by 6 points. They've led by as many as 13.
Derek Harper overall is doing a nice job on Grant Hill, trying to take away whatever room Hill seeks.
Hill to this point 4 of 80 is 10 points. Dumars again.
How many times over the years, Marv, have we seen Joe Dumars put on three-point shooting exhibitions against the Knicks?
For Dumars, his third from downtown. He has 15 points in all. Pistons now lead 74-67, 15 for Davis. Ratliff couldn't handle that pass. Here comes Harper, breaking wide, then cutting to the inside.
Gorgeous finish with the left hand.
Pistons 74 and the Knicks 69. It's been a good third quarter. Both clubs shot exceptionally well in the first half. Knicks wanted a traveling violation instead of foul committed by Davis. That is the second on Davis, a non-shooting foul. Here's Dumars feeling it. And Thorpe able to get to the ball. And he is called for a travel.
Knicks very fortunate.
Just under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Fourth and final meeting of the regular season between the Knicks and the Pistons. Knicks have won the previous 3 games. All have gone down to the wire. Harper blocked. It'll count. Goaltending is called. Good pass from Ewing.
And good movement without the basketball by Harper.
Pistons lead by 3.
Key thing on a play like that is when Harper got free that he gets the ball, because you know he's not going to be free long, and he got it from Ewing.
Houston with a nice pass for Thorpe. 27 for Otis Thorpe to equal his season high, and it's Detroit with a 76-71 advantage. Ewing with the screen. Here's Anderson, and Mason gets the new 24.
The Knicks are certainly not pouring the ball into Patrick Ewing.
Ewing from deep. 76-73 Pistons. Foul committed by Ewing. So that'll put Ratliff at the line. That's 3 on Ewing, but the Pistons call a timeout.
It's late at night. Do you know where your children are? Keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got to use the phone.
At New York Golf Center, we offer an array of golf equipment at the best prices. Come see our huge selection of name brand, high-quality golf clubs for beginner and pros. Choose from a variety of golf bags in all styles and designs. And you'll find the best balls, carts, and accessories. New York Golf Center has the perfect golf clothes for all your golfing needs. In addition to top-brand golf shoes, we have a repair shop and driving range, too. Visit any one of the great locations in Saddlebrook, Parsippany, Nanuet, Fort Leaf, and Waldwick.
So you need a new car, but you don't want to do this. Well, now all you need is $20. $20 will get you any new Pontiac, just like that. You give them $20, and your Pontiac dealers let you drive home any new Pontiac. $20. That's it. All you need is $20 down. $20, but you gotta hurry because $20 down ends March 3rd. So get a new Pontiac.
Now at Maroon Pontiac's new location, Route 23 South in Riverdale.
Lakeview Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle creates a relaxed environment so you feel comfortable and confident when buying a new vehicle.
We have tried to make the customer part of our family, and we feel like we're part of theirs.
Customers feel confident with us because they know when they come in here, they're greeted by professional, courteous, and knowledgeable employees, both in our service and in our sales end.
Lakeview Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Eagle.
Our motto here at Lakeview Motors has always been, price is important, but satisfaction is priceless.
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly because blonde friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
The wreck from the Philippines.
And they haven't gone unnoticed.
That's the season lead, ladies and gentlemen.
Derek Harper on a fast break opportunity was not stopped by Grant Hill. He just went to the left hand.
Nice job.
Good ball movement by the Knicks. Derek Harper comes into the picture there with a little reverse move underneath, and Ewing sees him, and he got 2 on the goaltend.
And Derek receiving a rest with 2:43 remaining in the third quarter. Michael Curry checking back in. Theo Ratliff to the free throw line, fouled a moment ago by Patrick Ewing. He's a 71% free throw shooter. So the Pistons lead 77-73. Doug Collins saying that everyone on the Pistons knows that Theo is going to be a player eventually. Had some early setbacks basketball-wise when he first reported the camp, but they feel he has come a long way.
Doug Collins is like a preacher with his team. Effort, hustle, hard work, and you'll get results, and he keeps banging that point home.
And Ratliff played Ewing well. That led to the travel. Now Brad Lohaus comes on for Hubert Davis. Brad Lohaus hit that three-pointer right at the end of the half. Played 12 minutes in the first half. 2 of 3 from the field, both from downtown. Foul committed by Lohaus. That is 3 on Lohaus, and Grant Hill to the line, a 73% free throw shooter. Once again, Grant Hill leading the NBA in all-star voting. He is closing in on a triple-double, although offensively he has not been allowed to explode. This is Mark West back for Otis Thorpe, who departs with 27 points. But John, the stat line on Grant Hill, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Pistons lead by 7.
Well, if he gets another triple-double, it will be number 5 this season.
Mason working against Ratliff and goes to the fadeaway. So he goes right at the shot-blocking Theo Ratliff with no fear, and the Pistons now lead 80-75.
No double teams either as the Knicks continue to clear out for Mason.
Back comes Starks. Ewing over West, coming up short.
West took all of Ewing's room from him, made it very difficult for Patrick.
Houston for 3, and it goes over the glass, so the ball back to the Knicks with a minute and a half remaining, third quarter. The Knicks now have Anderson and Starks at the guards with Ewing, Mason, and Lohaus up front. Foul committed by West, a hold as Ewing looked to cut down low. That's 3 on Mark West, and the Pistons are over the limit.
It's certainly a signal for Patrick to get more active at the offensive end, because West clearly wants to take away his room, and he's going to try and play him rough.
Ewing is 7 of 10 at the line.
You know, a lot of times, Marv, we see Ewing on the bench at this point of the game, late third quarter for a rest. That's what happened in Jersey on Saturday night. Don Nelson sticking with him now.
And Hill foul as Mason and Ewing converged. Foul committed by Anthony Mason. That is just his first. So the Knicks now, like the Pistons, over the limit. And Grant Hill back to the free throw line. The Detroit Pistons at 26 and 23. They are 5th in the Central Division, a game behind Atlanta. They've won 2 straight. They've won 4 of the last 5. The Pistons have not been 4 games over the 500 mark since back in the 91-92 season. They were 3 over a couple of times in 92-93, but a tremendous turnaround from last year when they won 28 and 54 and finished last in the division. One minute left in the third. Ewing, yes. So with 57 seconds to go, apparently Dick Pavetta spotting a problem with the clock, and they are readjusting.
Marv, similar to last night against Milwaukee, the Knicks are invited to give the ball to Ewing as much as possible. West is not an offensive player. Ewing doesn't have to work that hard on his man, and West can't handle Ewing, so they've just got to use him more in the upcoming fourth quarter.
Houston looking for the room against Starks, who played him well, but Starks called for the block. That is 3 on John Starks.
Doug Collins told Houston before the season, I don't want you to just become a stand-up jump shooter. That's why he's putting that ball on the floor. We have a technical foul now.
It is on Anthony Mason. Mason has something to say in the direction of the official Ted Bernhardt, and Allen Houston will shoot the technical. Now Don Reed replaces Grant Hill. They'll get a breather for Hill. Pistons have a 4-point lead, and now the free throws for Houston. One more coming. The Knicks are ready to inbound. The first one was the technical, and now he has the 2 shots. You know, a couple of Pistons were buying it, John. 85-79, Detroit.
Sometimes players just play, Marv. They don't think.
Oh, yes. The Knicks knew exactly what they were doing, and as you say, a couple of Pistons not paying attention. 25 seconds left in the third. Houston. Lohaus got a piece of it, and West put it up with the left hand. Down to 10 seconds. Knicks get down in a hurry. Here is Anderson. Final seconds of the quarter. Ratliff. After 3 here at the Palace, the Pistons 87, the Knicks 79.
This year's Olympics are in Atlanta, but the games will be everywhere. The Bud World Party, a great time to share a Bud with friends, no matter where you are. Budweiser, proud sponsor of the '96 Summer Games.
Certainly isn't the same old place.
No kidding.
I'm thinking of early retirement.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm doing it. 2 more years.
You can swing?
Yeah, my Payne Webber guy helped me out with it. Remember the stock money we got after the '84 buyout? He took it and restructured my entire portfolio.
How did he know you wanted out back then?
He asked.
If you're a Knicks fan, you've got to have it. The 1995-96 Knicks Yearbook. Player profiles, coach profiles, team news, community affairs, city dancer profiles, sketchwork, great action photos, and much more. To order, send $12 check or money order to the New York Knicks, P.O. Box 418, Norwood, New Jersey, 07648. Get yours today.
When you discover that in a city with so many options, sleep is not one of them, you'll know you're in a place unlike any other.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by the New York State Lottery. Play Lotto and you could win millions of dollars. Hey, you never know. By your Tri-State GMC truck dealers, the strength of experience. And by Payne Webber.
The owner smiles when his team is leading. Owner Bill Davidson, and Detroit Pistons owner. No tie on him. He doesn't like ties either. So he hires Doug Collins. Doug Collins professes, I'm not going to wear ties. I don't like that tightness around my neck. He's comfortable, though, with the owner being on the same wavelength. Oh, is that Dick Pavetta again? Working the owner now. He's fooling with us, Marv, spilling drinks all over.
You sound very angry, mean-spirited. I'm fine with it, John.
Right.
Fourth quarter is underway. Pistons lead 87-79. Here is Harper. Derek Harper lining up that shot. He has 11 points. And the Pistons have a 6-point margin. They have led most of the way. They've led by as many as 13. Dumars and Houston in the backcourt with Curry, Ratliff, and Mills up front. And a foul to bail out the Pistons with 1 on the shot clock. Foul on Mason. So that'll put Michael Curry at the line. Michael Curry playing only his 9th game as a member of the Pistons. 71% free throw shooter, only 10 of 14 at the line. Michael Curry, a guy who was able to make the squad on a 10-day contract because of the injury to Mark Macon, and also has been able to get valuable playing time while Lou Rowe, the 2nd-round draft pick, heralded player out of the University of Massachusetts, has not been able to get off the bench. Anthony Mason brings it within 6. Word on Lou Rowe is that Doug Collins upset with the fact that he has not been in the best possible shape. And I have a feeling we'll get a good, clear shot of Lou Rowe on that Piston bench in just a moment. It's Curry again with the electronic wizard, our producer Howie Singer, one of the Minutemen's great boosters of all time.
Yes, he is not objective on that subject.
Lowhouse for 3. Anderson tried to keep it alive, and he was hacked. That is number 4 on Ratliff. Check that Mills on the foul. There is Lou Rowe, native of Atlantic City, New Jersey. When the Pistons were last in New York, John Calipari, the head man of the undefeated Minutemen of Massachusetts, had a long chat with Lou Rowe and tried to shake him up and use Michael Curry as an example, pointing at Curry with his hustle and his desire, has been able to carve his way into a prominent position in the rotation, using him as the example.
And I also know that our producer Howie Singer tried to have a meeting today with Doug Collins, but talk about Lou's playing time, but Doug blew him off. Couldn't get a meeting.
I know Doug would have been thrilled to have that conversation. Pistons by 8 with 1:40 gone by in the 4th. Mills, and a loose ball foul against the Knicks with Ratliff sent flying. Foul on Lowhouse, his 4th.
The Knicks falling into the trap again of not identifying the offensive players and getting in their way, boxing them out when the shot goes up.
And the call away from the ball, a blocking foul as Houston was trying to set a pick on Harper and was called for the personal. That is 4 on Allen Houston.
Harper's aggressiveness too dramatized the play. He got the attention from the official that he wanted.
Anderson, nicely done. The one-hop pass from Harper and the driving hook by Willie Anderson.
See, that's a skill Anderson has, movement without the ball, and the more his new teammates get used to it, the more effective he will be.
6 points for Anderson, and this is his 2nd game as a New York Knick. Mills found Ratliff wide open, but a 3-second violation cancels that out. Now here's Grant Hill checking back in, replacing Theo Ratliff. 9.5 remaining in the 4th quarter. Knicks with the ball, down by 6. Anderson guarded by Houston. Mason posting up on Hill. And back comes Hill. And on a switch by Lowhouse, he goes right at him and then tried to get it back to Mills.
Interesting coming in tonight, Marv. We were talking about how the Pistons in the 3 prior games against the Knicks have never led. What a reversal tonight. We knew the Pistons were tougher. The Knicks knew it, and it's held up as the only lead the Knicks had in this game was when they were up 5-3.
Lowhouse laying it down for Mason. Anderson for 3. Willie Anderson from downtown brings the Knicks within 3 points. Houston stopped by Anderson. Shot clock at 5. Mills working on Lowhouse. Lowhouse tried to draw the foul. Traveling violation on Mills.
Good hustle by Lowhouse, not letting Mills get away. Mills wants the jump shot primarily. Doug Collins imploring his team to move the ball.
Otis Thorpe getting set to make his return. He's the high point man with 27. Anderson going at Houston, posting him up, and it brings the Knicks within one. Some impressive work by Willie Anderson. 4 minutes gone by in the fourth, and a timeout is called by the Pistons.
If you're just rolling out of bed, do not look outside.
The new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo offers an available V8 and full-time four-wheel drive.
On the way, buses are running behind.
Anti-lock disc brakes and dual airbags.
Getting through.
Plus a lease rate of just $359 a month with no money down.
It's a great day for snowmen.
Making the new Jeep Grand Cherokee greatly underappreciated by school kids everywhere.
See your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Drop that.
Sorry, man.
What were you thinking about?
It's a new lotto thing. New lotto thing, huh? Now you can take your winnings up front or get them paid out over time.
Wow. Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you talk to your accountant? Yeah, he said it was a real personal thing.
Coach says you should take the money up front. You're being traded tomorrow.
Now you can take your payout all at once or over time. It's up to you. New York Lotto. Hey, you never know.
Hello, I'm Hugh Mechanic. This just in, a meteor landed near a McDonald's. Here's Eyewitness Louise Sanders.
Well, I had just ordered when all of a sudden...
What did you get?
Oh, a triple cheeseburger.
Oh, don't you love that first tasty bite?
But the meteor just...
Meteor? It sure is meteor. There's 3 all-beef patties in there.
But this is a big deal.
That it is. McDonald's triple cheeseburger is a big, beefy burger. Try it as an extra value meal. To recap, get the triple cheeseburger at McDonald's. Oh, some big rock fell out of the sky.
Willie Anderson is lifting things up for the Knicks right now in his second game wearing a Knicks uniform. It was off a kind of a delayed pick, but that was enough to get him the ball. Harper saw him. Anderson finished with the soft touch around the basket. Mason gave that ball up. Willie from outside hits the three-point shot, and the Knicks, trying to get that lead once again, have come real close. They're one away. Anderson inside also with the soft touch around the basket. He gives Doug Collins a lot to talk about now. He's hurting the Pistons while scoring the last 7 Knicks points.
Well, following some unsettling moments last night in the Knicks loss to the Bucks, certainly could ask questions in the early going here. The Knicks down by as many as 13, but they've been able to come together. They've come back. They're down by just 1 point. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. And this Knick drive has been accomplished with Patrick Ewing on the bench. Anderson stopping Houston. 24-second violation. Willie Anderson with the defensive play.
Interesting, Marv, too. Remember last night that 16-point Bucks lead dwindled down to nothing, and Patrick was resting on the bench at the time as well.
Knicks now going with Harper, Davis, and Anderson in a 3-guard setup along with Mason and Lohaus. Knicks have a chance to take the lead for the first time since the early moments. And a foul against the Pistons. And that is number 5 on Houston. He's been in foul trouble right throughout. And here is Ratliff back. So Houston sitting down, only 2 of 7 from the field, 7 points. Detroit has been very sloppy here in this fourth quarter. 5 turnovers leading to the 7 Knick points. And Harper called for a travel. We've had a host of traveling violations at both ends. So the Pistons get it back. They lead by 1. Dumars played by Harper. Hill being guarded by Anderson. Patrick Ewing getting set to return. Knicks wanted to travel on Curry. Ratliff stepped out. Played well by Lohaus.
Knicks have really come to life on defense. Very aggressive and working together.
Ewing back. Davis will sit down. Hubert Davis 6 of 8 from the field. He's had a solid game, 15 points. Anderson cutting, looking for the ball. Anderson played on a switch now by Ratliff, looking to clear it out, and they do. Here's Anderson going at Ratliff, and he stepped out.
Lohaus hit the long jump shot as well. The play was called, no question, but at least he has the feel on the touch. That was a practice shot for him.
And a 20-second timeout called by Doug Collins.
Well, after this game in Detroit, the Knicks will go home to Madison Square Garden and greet the Atlanta Hawks Friday night. Knicks game night at 7 p.m. And the Hawks have been on a good roll, some good play. They've come together since the earlier part of the season. That'll be our MCS Cannon Knicks game night at 7 p.m. Friday night. The Atlanta Hawks and the Knicks to follow.
Knicks and Hawks have split their previous 2 meetings, and then following the game at the Garden Friday, Knicks head to the West Coast, starting with the Phoenix Suns on Sunday afternoon, and they face the Lakers, the Kings, and the Jazz. Shot clock at 7. Oh, the play by Anderson to break it up. Knocking it away from Curry, so the Pistons with 2 on the shot clock.
Well, this defense looks like it's about 30% more intense at this point in the game. Everybody's feet moving very quickly.
And Willie Anderson has come up with several strong defensive plays. 2 on the shot clock. Dumars inbounds. Here's Hill. Knicks don't want to foul. It's a 24-second violation. So the Knicks will get it back. Down by 1. 6:11 remaining in this fourth quarter.
Grant Hill appreciates the fact that the matchups tonight haven't resulted in Mason guarding him. Mason's kept him under control, but because of Oakley's absence, Mason's now matched up with bigger people tonight.
And Hill guarding Harper, goes to the jump shot. Rebounded by Curry.
Major push by Harper. That was a rush jump shot.
Hill has broken up. Both Lohaus and Anderson getting a piece of it.
Anderson reading the passing lanes so beautifully.
Timeouts remaining. Detroit with 3. They use their 20. Knicks have 4 and a 20. Dumars banking his way. And kept alive by Hill. Dumars upset with himself. He also thought he was fouled. Here is Hill off the dribble, and he was held. For the Knicks, their 3rd team foul. Anderson picks up number 4.
Detroit is out of bounds with the fresh 24.
5.5 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the pattern remains the same when these two clubs get together. They have gone down to the final minutes in each of the previous 3 games. Dumars for Thorpe. Here's Curry for 3. Rebounded by Anderson. Crowd not happy about that 3-point attempt by Curry. Lohaus dumps it off for Ewing. Anderson for 3. And Thorpe with the rebound. Neither club has been able to score over the last 3 minutes of play. Here is Hill, and he is fouled.
Hill with that crossover dribble, and then the acceleration is so tough.
Hopper called for the foul. Knicks with their 4th team foul.
Many skills of Grant Hill. Dribbles right, crosses over, then accelerates.
And Hill misses on the first free throw attempt, 6 of 9 at the line. The Knicks have done a terrific job in holding Hill to just 8 shots, 4 of 8 from the field. He is 1 assist away from a triple-double. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Pistons lead by 2.
He had only 13 shots in New York against the Knicks. That's when he was dealing with Mason last game.
Ratliff trying to front Mason. Shot clock at 6. Mason getting the position, and he has tied the game at 92.
Boy, he made the 6'10" Ratliff pretty small on that move.
20 points for Anthony Mason, along with 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Dumars, tough matchup for Lohaus off the switch, and for Brad Lohaus's 5th foul.
Great to see teams react to one another on that switch. All of a sudden, the Pistons recognizing Dumars' advantage one-on-one with the much taller Lohaus, just cleared out and let him operate.
Dumars an 84% free throw shooter. There's Allen Houston coming on for Michael Curry. Allen Houston in foul trouble throughout. He's playing with 5.
Allen Houston, Marv, as we've mentioned sometimes in the past, broke Ernie Grunfeld's scoring records in Tennessee, and realized further that they have something in common. They're the only players from Tennessee to be all-time, all-team, first-team SEC for 4 straight years. Now that record, I bet, will never be broken.
Harper for 3. And Hill with the save. Moving on Lohaus. Pitches back for Dumars. Anderson able to get to it. Knicks with the ball down by 2. Anderson trying to spin, but lost it. And a loose ball foul on Anderson. That is number 5 on Anderson.
He didn't protect the ball when he spun. That enabled Houston to reach around. And as it often happens, the man who commits the error then reaches out and commits the foul in response.
So Houston, a 78% free throw shooter, makes it 4 of 4 at the line.
I was mentioning, Marv, about that 4-year record of all-time first-team SEC. What I meant to say was there probably never will be another player. Anybody that good isn't going to last in college for 4 years.
Pistons lead 96-92. Ewing, Patrick Ewing over the double team. And the Pistons now lead by 2. A good finish here at the Palace with 3:20 remaining in the 4th.
Which team can play the best defense seems to be the answer now with a little over 3 minutes to go here.
Shot clock at 6. Thorpe. Mason rebounds. Pushes it down. Pistons get back. Here's Davis. Fed by Harper. And the game is tied at 96.
What vision by Derek Harper. Seeing the lane and then sensing Davis's oncoming speed.
Hill facing a double team. Thorpe's pass picked off. Anderson had it diagnosed. And Harper back.
Gotta love the discipline by Harper.
Ewing nearly took that ball and traveled. Game tied at 96. Ewing backing his way. Shot clock running down. Crowd wanted to travel. 1 on the shot clock. And the Knicks waste the possession, a 24-second violation. Pistons call for time with 2:18 left in the 4th.
If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come.
Well, we built it, so come on in.
At Patrick's, get 2 for Tuesday. Any 2 entrees, $15.95. Wednesday's noodle night. Mix any pasta with any sauce, only $5.50. Thursday's prime time with prime rib, only $9.95. Any night you'll enjoy delicious meals like chicken Caesar salad or a giant 42-ounce porterhouse steak. On the weekend, let us entertain you with bands, DJs, dancing, and more. Patrick's Restaurant, 15 Greenwood Lake Turnpike in beautiful Ringwood.
Sure, you've seen doctors and lawyers on those other networks, but at USA, we've got a duck and a pig.
Not that it doesn't have a certain entertainment value.
Heart-wrenching performances, riveting scenes.
Bend over, grab the desk, and grit your teeth.
Talk about your subplots.
But I don't want someone else's gland in my body.
So if you want doctors, watch the other guys.
What the hell are you staring at?
But if you want quacks, watch Duckman. Hey, it's TV, not brain surgery. Saturday nights at 10, 9 Central on USA.
I remember when you broke into this town, kid. Kid? 1941, right?
Yep.
P.C. Richard and Son started in New York in 1909, you know.
86 years? Holy cow.
People really appreciate hard work and dedication.
New Yorkers really love the home team.
We're expanding into New Jersey, you know.
Holy cow, that's where I live.
Hey, Scooter, you want a cannoli?
You sell cannolis?
You're a huckleberry.
Bob Page with an update from Milwaukee. Here's a milestone for good guy Armin Gilliam. The Nets forward with this shot goes over the 10,000-point mark for his career. Nets lead the Bucks 41-39 at halftime. Marv?
Thank you, Bob. 2:18 left, fourth quarter. The game is tied at 96.
Knicks bringing the ball up moments ago to Mason to Harper. And the lane was filled by Hubert Davis, who got a terrific, simple pass from Harper.
Pistons have gone 8.5 minutes without a field goal. It's an offensive foul, and Houston has fouled out. Allen Houston with the charge. It is number 6.
We are seeing the skills of Anderson, not only offensively, but tonight defensively now. He stayed in front of Houston. That's what the defensive challenge is when the man puts the ball on the floor. Move your feet and stay in front of him, and he made Houston foul him.
So Houston finishes 2 of 7 from the field in his 29 minutes, and he's fouled out for the first time this season. Look at that. Pistons 1 for 6, only 6 shots in this fourth quarter. Davis for 3. Yes! The Knicks 99, the Pistons 96. Ratliff comes up hobbling, and Dick Pavetta taking an official timeout. Apparently, again, a problem with the 24-second clock. And Ratliff is hurt. So the Pistons call for time. A very sloppy fourth quarter for Detroit. Certainly the Knicks defensive play contributed, but Detroit with 9 turnovers in the fourth.
It's not just how you play the game. It's how you call for the ball.
Come on, baby, I got him. Give me the rock, baby. Look up. PORTERHOUSE. Yeah. Ah! Look at it, baby. Come on, hit me on. Hit me on. Ah! Yeah. Woo!
If you're talking my game,
you don't know, you better ask somebody.
You're talking Foot Locker.
Can we put the
54 left right now, and Hubert Davis's shot, three-point range, gave the Knicks their first lead since the score was 5-3. Well, let's take a look at Ratliff in the key area there around the basket coming in, and he falls down, limped off the court as a timeout that was called after this jump shot by Harper, taken by Hubert Davis, rather. Harper on the release to Hubert Davis, who had some pressure on him. It's a very big three-point shot.
And Hubert is 4 of 6 from downtown. He has 20 points, 20 apiece for Davis and Mason. Thorpe leading Detroit with 27. A minute 54 remaining. In this fourth quarter, the Knicks 10 of 20 from three-point range. Knicks lead by 3. A hard driving Hill gives it up to Curry. And Curry able to hit. The Knicks lead is now 199-98. Curry has chipped in with 11 points.
Does Doug Collins love this guy? He's on a second 10-day contract, and he's on the court now.
And he'll be signed for the remainder of the season. That'll be done tomorrow. Mason for Ewing. Patrick Ewing. And the Knicks lead by 3. Incidentally, Hill picked up an assist on that bucket by Curry. So Grant Hill with the ball right here working against Anthony Mason has a triple-double. Hill had it knocked away and a foul is called. The Knicks are over the limit, so it is a shooting foul. Foul on Mason, that is his third.
Mason makes that play successfully a lot. He got called on the foul on that one, though, but he challenged Grant Hill. Hill got the benefit of the call on the play.
And Hill is 8 of 11 at the line. Here's Don Reed for Terry Mills. Doug Collins with an offensive-defensive type shuttle. Reed, a defensive-geared player.
And if there's a loose basketball, you know Reed has a much chance of getting it. Much better chance, rather.
A minute 8 left, fourth quarter. The Knicks by 1. Pistons have led most of the way, leading by as many as 13. Anderson, who has been instrumental in this Knick turnaround.
It's clear the Knicks want to go to Mason down low, guarded by Reed.
Shot clock at 5. Here is Mason. And he drew the foul. The Knick bench located to our right screaming at Anthony Mason to shoot the ball with the shot clock rolling down. Foul committed by Reed. And Mason to the line. Fourth team foul on the Pistons. Their first in the final 2 minutes. Mason, 6 of 10 at the line. And the Knicks now lead by 2.
Boy, did he follow through. Kept that hand up as the ball was going through the net.
Anthony Mason, a 72% free throw shooter. He has 21 points. Couple of clutch free throws by Mason. And the Knicks lead 103-100. Hopper on Hill. Mills setting the pick. Now Mason switches off to Hill. Goes right at him. And the finger roll does not drop. It comes to Hopper. Holding it away from Thorpe and then tripped up. Thorpe could not get out of the path of Derek Hopper. And that puts Detroit in the penalty. It is their 5th team foul. With 28 and 6/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter, Derek Hopper will go to the line for the first time tonight. And Hopper is 78% free throw shooter.
So tough to continue winning. I can recall an earlier conversation with Doug Collins mid-season. Took such pride in the fact that his team, although at that time had a losing record, was always in games in the last 2 minutes. Now this one he led most of the way, and now it's slipping away.
And Derek way off on that first free throw. Well, the Pistons have won 4 of the last 5, including a victory over Orlando and a difficult loss in overtime to the Bulls, with Michael Jordan taking over down the stretch. And Hopper, usually so dependable, misses on both, leading to the Detroit timeout. Key misses by Derek Hopper with 27 seconds left in the fourth.
You've got the honors.
Maybe you'll realize it when you tee off against a background of shining resorts.
Good shot.
Or when you see dolphins in the desert.
It could only happen here.
Maybe you'll afternoon sun from high in an azure sky soaks relaxation into every pore of your body.
This is the place.
You'll know, because your state of mind will tell you.
Yeah.
You're in a place unlike any other.
In the world of credit cards, the traffic is getting pretty heavy, and it's easy to get confused by all the complicated new card offers and restrictions. But people who know where they're going use one card, Discover Card, with the cashback bonus award, the Smart Rate program, and no annual fee. For a positive impact on your finances, use the Discover Card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
The game clock readjusted. It's 28 3/10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. When we resume following the timeout, it will be Detroit in possession. Knicks lead by 3. What do you look for the Pistons to do? You set up for a 3 or go for the 2?
I think if it's Joe Dumars shooting it, they'll take a 3, or Grant Hill possibly as well. But whatever they do, they've got to do it quickly. If it's a 2, it's got to be done within 10 seconds, Marv, so they can have time to play defense and recapture a turnover to come back their way. But if it's Joe Dumars with a 3, I mean, they'll take it as quickly as they can. So the Knicks have got to give this killer, this tremendous, dramatic shooter, a lot of attention.
Dumars would be the guy. He has been an excellent three-point shooter. You know, Hill is 0 for 9 from downtown this season. And he has said that's one area he would like to, well, the word would be improve, I would think, if you're 0 for 9.
Curry was 2 for 2 also with 3s last game.
All right, here's Hill taking it to the basket, so no question about the play there. They want the goaltend. Let's see. Dick Pavetta with the indication basket won't count. It's a hacking foul that will put Hill up the line. Foul called on Hopper. Hill is 9 of 12 at the line. Here is another look at it.
So Ewing came over quickly to send that shot away, no question about it. But what Doug Collins did was tell his team to isolate Hill, let him go one-on-one. Nobody stops him, and they struck quickly.
Yes, 24 8/10 seconds remaining. So that took just 4 seconds, and it's down to a 2-point lead. Oh, he just did get the back rim. 103-102. Pressure by Detroit. Knicks have not handled pressure well. They have not faced it often, and a foul is called. Foul committed by Curry. So the Knicks will head to the line with 23 4/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Hubert Davis doesn't go to the line that much, but he is an 82% foul shooter.
And he's making his first appearance at the line tonight. Derek Hopper at the line moments ago missed on 2 shots. Davis hits the first. Preceding that, Anthony Mason hit 2 of 2. Here's Don Reed checking back in. The Knicks 104 and the Pistons 102. It's been an excellent second half. So Davis hits on both, and the Pistons take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
Once again, experts are predicting an easy winner.
For Jeep Cherokee Sport owners anyway, its 190 horsepower engine, 4-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes turn even the harshest conditions into a day at the beach. And now get no charge air and a lease rate of just $289 a month with no money down. Jeep Cherokee Sport, the perfect way to turn a wild winter into a mild winter.
Now lease a Jeep Cherokee Sport for just $289 a month with 0 down.
Home theater. You've seen it, you've heard it, you want it, but what exactly is it? Start with a TV. The one you're watching's fine. And this, the 3M Digital 6 Surround Sound System. Everything you need for real theater sound in one box. Now, let's put it together. You have a digital sound processor, 6 balanced speakers, a few simple connections, and you've got your home theater. And get a load of this price.
Home theater in a box from 3M, sold exclusively at Nobody Beats the Wiz.
How could you drop
Sorry,
that?
man.
What were you thinking about?
It's that new lotto thing. Now you can take your winnings up front or get them paid out over time. Coach says you should take the money up front. You're being traded tomorrow.
Now you can take your payout all at once or over time. New York Lotto. Hey, you never know.
Knicks coming on strong in good shape right now. After tonight's game, the Delta Airlines schedule shows you the Knicks will be home Friday night against the Atlanta Hawks. MCS Cannon game night at 7. Sunday, the Knicks hit the road. It'll be Phoenix on Sunday. Monday, the Los Angeles Lakers and Magic Johnson. 10 p.m. on the MCS Cannon game night Monday night.
The Knicks 10 of 17 from the field in the fourth quarter, but their defensive intensity has been the story. Detroit with only 8 field goal attempts in this fourth quarter. 2 of 8 from the field.
Remarkable. The Knicks were moving so well as a clustered defense in the fourth quarter.
Pistons using their final timeout. 23 and 4/10 seconds to go in the fourth. Knicks lead by 3. Harper all over Hill. And here is Hill met by Ewing. It counts and the foul. That's exactly what the Knicks did not want to do. The foul committed by Patrick Ewing, and Grant Hill can tie the game with 18 and 8/10 seconds left in the fourth.
The man is 6'8". He crosses over the dribble again. Gets by Harper. Ewing rocks him, but not enough to deny this shot going in the basket. What a play by Grant Hill.
He is 11 of 14 at the line, a 73% free throw shooter. And he has tied the game at 105. Don Nelson taking a timeout.
My life is busy. I'm not a hermit crab. I go all over. But MCI Friends and Family's calling card discount only covered my calls to home. So I got AT&T True Reach Savings. It's the only way I can save 25% on every type of call on my AT&T phone bill, no matter who I call in the U.S.
AT&T True Reach Savings. Save 25% when you spend just $25 a month.
I never stop. Why should my savings?
AT&T True Reach Savings. That's your true choice. AT&T.
And now Mobil presents our sleek new nozzles. They're easier to use and 30% faster. Pick one up today.
It'll be Nick Ball with 18 and 8/10 seconds to go in this fourth quarter, and the game is tied at 105. Knicks with the 2 full timeouts and a 20. The Pistons have used all their timeouts.
Well, the Knicks choosing their strategy right now. They have the luxury of time right now. And with 18 and 8/10 seconds to go, chances are they'll milk that 18 seconds down to about 8 seconds and then make their strike. And it would appear that Patrick Ewing will be the man, as he will be guarded by Otis Thorpe, as he has been all game. And if Ewing can put some motion on Thorpe and draw a foul, the Knicks should be in good shape.
Both clubs are over the limit.
Most unusual to see Ewing addressing Thorpe with big smiles.
Apparently Thorpe had something to say, and Doug Collins was yelling something from the bench. 10 seconds to go in regulation. Game tied at 105. Anderson playing the clock down, and it's Anderson going at Hill. Anderson with the spin, coming up short, and we will go to overtime. Pistons did not have any timeouts remaining, so it was Willie Anderson going one-on-one with Grant Hill, but he could not connect, and it is on to overtime.
Are you a Knicks fan? Do you want to win big?
Then you've got to enter Reese's Jeep and Eagle Super Shot Contest with a chance to take center court at a Knicks game and shoot to win the grand prize. Your choice of a 1996 Jeep Grand Cherokee or an Eagle Talon TSI. Runner-up prizes include dinner for two at Houlihan's and tickets to an upcoming Knicks game. To enter, just fill out an entry form at all participating Reese restaurants or call the Knicks fan line presented by AT&T for details. Reese's Jeep and Eagle Super Shot Contest. Enter today.
So what's the story?
I'm just a businessman who drew a bad hand in a discount long-distance deal. And I'm not alone.
They promised big savings over AT&T.
They're not comparing similar calling plans.
I didn't see any big savings.
I may look calm, but I'm really irked.
Well, that's a story. What are you going to call it?
I'll think of something.
Stay tuned for RateGate. We can help you get the facts.
The Knicks are back at the Garden to battle the Atlanta Hawks after MCS Cannon game night. Friday night, right here on MSG.
Unhappy Knicks coach and unhappy bench. The Knicks went into their 18 seconds, and then at the six-second mark, Willie Anderson went one-on-one with Grant Hill. Got a good jump shot off inside the foul line. He had some pressure, but he came up short. And Grant Hill, who has taken over this game, got the rebound, played defense, has hit every crucial foul shot in the last few minutes, not to mention that driving basket and three-point play that he tied the game with.
So 5-minute overtime session. The Pistons 3-1 in overtime games. They lost to the Bulls in OT here last Thursday, while the Knicks have won 2 and lost 2 in overtime games. The last overtime played by the Knicks was a victory January 19th in Seattle when they beat the Sonics 100-97. It'll be Patrick Ewing and Don Reed. It's controlled by Derek Harper. So Harper, Davis, Anderson in the three-guard setup along with Mason and Ewing.
You know, Marvin, no point has the feeling been that the Pistons are keeping Ewing under control. Ewing to Mason, nice cut, good look by Ewing. But the Knicks should really pour it into Patrick in this overtime.
Mason with 24 points. And the Knicks lead 107-105. Thorpe and on a switch, able to twist his way inside. Ewing affected that shot, but Thorpe got it back. And the reset. Hill strip. Ewing got a piece of it. Good play. Here comes Harper with Anderson. Anderson met on a switch by Reed, and now the Knicks will regroup. Shot clock at 10. Ewing. And Dumars moves back. A minute 15 into the OT. Reed. Oh, he serves up a facial at fellow Georgetown alum Patrick Ewing.
The guy is 6'8", too.
Ewing with 4 fouls did not want to pick up number 5. The game is tied at 107. Ewing. And deflected out by the Knicks. 3:13 remaining in overtime, and the Pistons will take over. Here's another look at Reed right at Ewing.
Yes, Patrick backed away. He didn't want any part of that power move.
Knicks have won 5 straight, 11 of the last 12 against the Pistons. Hill was stopped. Combination of Ewing and Anderson. Dumar's not allowing the shot by Davis. Hopper lost the dribble. Here's Dumars. Curry had it knocked away by Anderson. Another excellent defensive play by Willie Anderson,
who has played all but about 4 minutes of the entire second half.
Mason banging with Thorpe. Hopper, wild shot with the shot clock running down. Ewing able to recover his. Ewing, oh, he forced it. Patrick Ewing forced the issue. He was looking for a foul call. Now the call on Reed. It's a charge. So the Knicks will get it back with 2:09 left in overtime, and the game tied at 107. And for Reed, that is number 6.
Somehow Willie Anderson positioned himself with all the action to draw that foul.
So Terry Mills will replace Don Reed.
Hill pushing that ball forward to Reed. Anderson reading it perfectly. Another one of his fine plays.
And the second Piston to foul out. Reed joining Houston. Knicks and Pistons tied at 107. Hopper, yes, two-pointer, foot on the line. Derek Hopper giving the Knicks a 109-107 lead. And a timeout taken by Detroit. A minute 51 remaining in overtime.
Domino's Pizza announces
Mega Month.
4 amazing weeks when any pizza, any size, with any number of toppings is just $9.99.
Mega Month.
If it's gotta be good and it's gotta be now, then it's gotta be Domino's. Remember, any pizza, any size, with any number of toppings is just $9.99. Call now for this mega money saving deal. And don't forget to try our buffalo wings.
Mega Month.
It's a mega deal.
The forecast, cloudy skies with flurries today. Total accumulations of...
No, you can't control the weather. But a Jimmy can. Seek a safe haven. Seek a Jimmy. Now, second-time Jimmy lease buyers can enjoy the comfort of numbers like these. See your tri-state GMC dealer today.
Nobody does it like you.
The new Hoover Steam Vac Deluxe with 5-brush agitator. Compared to professionals, there's no comparison.
Nobody does it like you.
Coca-Cola presents Born to Sing Mama 3, Part 3 of the Mama I Want to Sing story, starring Shirley Caesar and CeCe Winans. At the Paramount coming up March 1st through March 10th. For a limited engagement, don't miss this hit musical your whole family is sure to love. Get tickets now at the Garden Box Office or Ticketmaster, or to charge, call 212-307-7171. Willie Anderson has had many contributions tonight. That's a deflection that goes into the hands of Derek Hopper. Anderson on a fake and then a dribble give up to Hopper. Hopper lines up the shot with that extra time thanks to Willie Anderson drawing the attention, and he hits.
And Hill fouls, so he'll go back to the line. Hopper with number 4, a minute 47 remaining in this overtime. The Knicks lead 109-107. Grant Hill 12 of 15 at the line. 22 points, 15 rebounds, 11 assists.
And he hasn't missed a big foul shot. All the shots at the line in the last several minutes by Hill are going in.
Terry Mills sitting down. Mark West has checked in. Hill trying to tie the game. Knicks and Pistons, 109 apiece. A minute 40 left in overtime. Anderson has done it at both ends of the court. Mason has had an outstanding game. Backing his way on Thorpe and goes to the fadeaway. Rebound West.
It is somewhat puzzling how the Knicks are going to Mason constantly in the low post as opposed to Ewing.
Here is Hill with the step, and he traveled. Hill got entangled and lost his footing, and no argument. John, how about this final score? We had it checked out. Miami playing at Philadelphia. Cleveland is not involved here. It's Miami and Philly. The Heat 66, the 76ers 57. That's a final. 16 apiece for Owens and Mourning. And Mourning at 16 rebounds. Amazing. 66-57. Ewing try to bank it. And rebounded by West. The Pistons and Knicks tied at 109. 45 seconds left in overtime. Hill off the dribble, spinning his way, and he is stopped and fouled. Once again, Grant Hill will go to the line. Foul committed by Derek Harper. Number 5 on Harper. So the latest stat on Hill at the line is 14 of 17 and counting.
Pistons are feeding off him at this end of the court now. The Knicks know it's coming. Everyone knows, and he's still getting it done. And the specific skill here is that he may get the shot attempt stopped, but he's going to draw the foul.
And actually comes up short, and the back tap handled by Davis, who calls for time. So the Knicks take the timeout with 34 and 8/10 seconds to go in overtime.
MSG Network celebrates Black History Month, presented by Minolta in partnership with Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Known as the greatest fighter that ever lived, Sugar Ray Robinson fought for 26 years in the professional ring. His career started with 39 wins and 1 loss to Jake LaMotta, followed by an astounding 96 straight victories. Of 89 amateur bouts, Sugar Ray Robinson won 69 by knockouts, 44 of them in the first round. Sugar Ray Robinson, a legend in his own time.
How does Minolta stay on top?
Do you think that I'd zoom to Bora Bora without my new Explorer?
I can keep my little girl at any age with Minolta's Freedom Family Zoom.
I ain't know about being #1, and the maximum through in the SI keeps Minolta on top.
This Minolta Compact can't zoom to 140 millimeters? I lied.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
Buy Snappy, the video grabber, and you've joined Club Minolta.
35 seconds left, first overtime. Grant Hill misses a foul shot. So now they are up by 1, and the Knicks get the ball now to decide what next. The last 2 possessions, the Knicks have settled for shots that were not the best of shot attempts. So they need some discipline, some good decision-making in the backcourt. Patrick Ewing has not been the center of attention for the Knicks until this moment here in the overtime. Patrick getting the ball. One-on-one, no double team. Leans around Mark West and doesn't hit the shot. But it was a good move inside, and Ewing just couldn't make the shot. However, the time is on the Knicks side right now.
Pistons do have a foul to give. The Knicks already over the limit. Grant Hill hit 8 straight free throws before that miss, and the Knicks fortunate to able to get to the ball on the back tap. Brad Lohaus has checked back in. Knicks down by 1. Anderson, played by Curry. Anderson shooting. Yes! A clutch shot by Willie Anderson to give the Knicks a 1-point lead. And what a performance by Anderson. 33 minutes, 5 of 11 from the field. And we're down to 28 and 9/10 seconds to go in this overtime session.
Don Nelson addressing Dick Pavetta. And Pavetta responding to Don's query. Willie Anderson, meanwhile, coming up with a huge shot. No hesitation. And And the Knicks now up by 1 point.
Down along with the 13 points. Anderson with 7 assists, 6 rebounds.
And a number of deflections, Marv, and good defensive play. In exchange with Anderson, Lohaus back to Anderson. No hesitation, plenty of time left. Question comes up, is Don Nelson suggesting that this might have been a 3, and it's
not even
clear
close.
that it's not close. So Don is a long way off, however, from where he sits and where Anderson executed the shot. We're not sure, we're just conjecturing on that, but what a play by Anderson. And his play has given John Starks a very cold feeling, I must say, Marv. John played it initially in the beginning of the second half, but Anderson has taken over for most of the entire second half in the overtime.
And still much time remaining. The Knicks are over the foul limit. And you know that Doug Collins will put the ball in the hands of Grant Hill, who has been unbelievable at the foul line, particularly in the closing minutes. 28 and 9/10 seconds to go, and the Knicks with a 1-point lead.
Harper's been spending a lot of time. Look at those numbers for Anderson. 6 rebounds and 7 assists, as well as the 13 points. Harper's been spending a lot of time on Hill. Mason has had great success against him in the past. And right now, the Harper and Mason are deciding who we're going to see, and now it's Mason picking up Hill.
Hill sets it up against Mason. Gives it up to Dumars.
Mason want to keep the ball out of Hill's hands.
On Hill to the crossover. On the spin. Blocked by Ewing. Curry finding Thorpe, and he lost control. It's a 24-second violation with 3 and 6/10 seconds to go in overtime. Patrick Ewing is hurt. What a play by Ewing on the rejection, and is being helped to his feet by teammates and comes hobbling off. A sensational block by Ewing, and then Thorpe lost the grip. They changed the clock, 4 and 9/10 seconds.
Gary Grant now in the game for Ewing.
New York will take a 20-second timeout.
See, Ewing came down on his left foot, came down and must have hit the foot of another player. That's how the twisted ankles seem to take place. A valiant play by Ewing, though, and what timing. The quickness getting to that shot attempt by Hill, and the speed of the Knicks in responding wherever a shot attempt was going to come. There was a Knicks player or two in the face of one of the Pistons. There was no time left on this shot now.
Knicks taking a 20-second timeout. So the Knicks still have 2 regular timeouts. Detroit with 1 full. It'll be Nick Ball with 4 and 9/10 seconds remaining in this overtime. Gary Grant has come on. He has not played at all tonight. Inbounds to Anderson, and he is immediately fouled by Michael Curry. And that is the 1 foul the Pistons had to give. Here's Patrick Ewing headed back. His Knick assistant trainer Tim Walsh headed back to the Knick locker room. Now they do not have any fouls to give. Grant is hit by Dumars. Apparently Don Nelson wanted Gary Grant on the floor for his free throw shooting proficiency, although Grant has certainly cooled off after the good start at the line. He was among the leaders at the line at one point. He's at 82%. Gary Grant has not played much basketball recently. He's been back in his hometown of Cleveland due to his father's illness. And this is the first time we've seen Gary in a while. Hasn't been with the club. He rejoined the Knicks for last night's game against Milwaukee, but missed the previous 2 and 6 of the prior 7. So here's Grant at the line with 4 and 1/10 second remaining, and is able to hit on the first.
That's great. Great to see a veteran player asked to do something that would seem to be too much for many other players.
Knicks by 2. 4 and 1/10 second remaining, and hits on both clutch free throws by Gary Grant And the Pistons call for time. Down by 3 in overtime. We'll be right back.
Aches and pains acting up again? Imagine 5 sets of massaging hands all over your body. Now enjoy Back Pleaser by Homedics with 5 massaging motors. Command Controller relieves neck, shoulder, lower back, buttocks, thighs, or any combination of the 5. Press the cycle button for massage waves up and down your body. Adjust the speed and strength. Slow and gentle to relax, or intense and fast to energize. Work seated, reclining, or lying down.
Pain in my back, gone. I love it. It feels like 5 sets of hands.
I can't relax without it.
Massaging systems sell for hundreds, even thousands. Now order Back Pleaser for just 4 easy payments of $24.95. Order now and we'll include your free car adapter. Get Back Pleaser with heat for just 1 extra payment of $24.95. Back Pleaser by Homedics, the massage system you'll use anywhere, anytime.
To order Back Pleaser, call 1-800-495-9900 or send check or money order for $99.80 plus $19.95 shipping to the address on your screen. Michigan residents, please add 6% sales tax. Call now.
Trainer Mike Saunders passing on word that Patrick Ewing injured his left ankle and was helped back to the dressing room. What a terrific play jumping out to come up with a blocked shot.
Another look at the play. Patrick's left foot, it appears, will come down on Grant Hill's foot. And the pain that he gave off certainly indicated that left ankle was twisted pretty badly. Many times a player can shake off a twisted ankle that looks real bad, and that's what the Knicks are going to hope and pray for now.
The Knicks 113 and the Pistons 110. Doug Collins setting it up. Lindsey Hunter, who is one of the better three-point shooters on the Pistons, has checked in. 3-point Knick lead, 4 and 1/10 seconds remaining.
Story for the Knicks is no foul here.
And Detroit does not have any timeouts left, so they must get it in play. Let's see if the Knicks take a delay of game.
They could give a 2-shot foul, however, Mark.
All right, here's Mills for 3. And that is it for the Knicks. A stirring victory here at the Palace over the Detroit Pistons, coming back from a 13-point deficit in the first half and coming back from a poor performance at home last night against the Milwaukee Bucks. So the Knicks in overtime defeat the Pistons 113-110.
Terry Mills, the man, he has won 2 games this year for the Pistons in this situation with 3-point shots, but he falls short on this one. Knicks very careful not to touch him. And a very disgruntled, unhappy Doug Collins, who saw his team put forth a tremendous effort tonight and lead this game most of the way, but couldn't get it done in the final analysis.
So the Knicks go to 32-19, and the Pistons now 26-24. Lots to talk about. We'll be back with the wrap-up in a moment.